guys. I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D, and we are live on this beautiful Take Tuesday. Super excited y'all are hanging out with me right here on the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. I am your host, none other than Stephen Daniels. Stephen D is in the building. Super excited to be hanging out with y'all. Y'all can follow me on social media at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Make sure you follow Miami Sports Music on all channels at Miami Sports Music. Also on Twitter at MIA Sports Music. Appreciate it. Thank you. So excited that you all are watching this morning. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button on your way in and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. That is one of the most important things, is for you to subscribe. I challenge each and every one of you today to try to get 10 people to join and subscribe to the channel. It is a big deal, okay? Also, if you want to sign up and become a member today, subscribing is free, but if you want to sign up and become a member and have paid membership, we'd love to have you to the family. There are plenty of seats at the table for you. Would love to get 3 new members today. 20 new subscribers, 3 new members would make my day. Just make my day, okay? Would love it if you did that. Also, hey, look, if you want to help the channel grow by donating, there's a few different ways you guys can do that. First way you guys can do it is use the YouTube Live Super Chat button, which is the $ button down at the bottom of the chat that you see there, right there, if you're watching on YouTube. And the other way that you guys can also do it too is you guys can use Cash App, which is $MSM Podcast Network, or you guys can also use PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network. Make sure you guys do that today. Hey, just look, if you guys donate in increments of $5, $5 only, $5 foot long. Okay, not that $5 foot long, but hey, look, $5 entry to donate. If you donate $5 to the channel, or in increments of 5, you will be entered to win our weekly giveaway, courtesy of ZSM Sports. This week's giveaway is an 8x10 photo of Javon Holland and Brandon Jones, a.k.a. the newly founded Blitz Boys. Super excited about this. If you want this for your man cave or your fan cave, $5 per entry. And you can donate through Cash App, or you can donate through PayPal, or use the YouTube Live Super Chat button, okay? All right, want to give a big shout-out to our title sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter is an amazing sponsor. If you really want to see what is going on, guys, go check out the app today. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Download the app on your current Apple or Android device today and become and see what they have to offer. There's a lot of cool stuff. Just because football season is over doesn't mean that the party don't stop, that the tailgate doesn't stop, because they got stuff going all the time. All right, hey, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, we have a great special show, a one night only for you. We got Dolphin Chat. You know, once a month we usually do a round table with certain people. This last month we had the main YouTubers, Dougly Do Wrong, TD Fins Talk, a lot of the big name YouTubers, which was great, Big E, and we really enjoyed that. This month, we got the ladies of Dolphin Nation tonight at 8 p.m. We got Dolph Freaky, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday to Allie, a.k.a. Dolph Freaky. Super excited that she'll be hanging out with us on her birthday. We got 305 Sports Babe. We got Elise coming on, known as from Dolphins Nation, Mexico. Oh, man, she's great. We got Miss Fins, and we got Pamela tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be an awesome show, and maybe a surprise guest or two. So be on the lookout for that. So that's at 8 p.m. tonight. Daniel's in the background. Hey, Daniel, you're going to watch that. Shake your head yes if you're going to watch that. You're going to be like, yeah, buddy. I'm going to watch Ladies Night. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys do that. Also, want to remind you guys today is Daniel Oyefusi, the Miami Herald Dolphins Report Day. If you like everything you see, go share it. Let people know. And go to Miami Herald for all the best content around. All right? All right, without further ado, because I'm running a little late this morning, I apologize for my tardiness. Let me bring on the good friend of the show, our brother from another mother, Daniel. Oh, yeah, Fusi. What's up, baby? How's it going?
I'm doing well, man. How about you?
Crazy. Just crazy. It's been a world. Let me tell you. So, we have the draft this past week, right? In Vegas. I'm still kind of, I didn't go, but like just the excitement. And when I say excitement, just, Dolphin Nation, let's dissect every single person that, both 7th rounders and 3rd and 4th rounder. And, we got to dissect what the Jets did and the Bills did. And it's been a crazy week. And then to find out that every single night, for like the next week and a half, we're going to have some sort of playoff game in South.
Yeah, I'm actually going to the Panthers game.
You're going to the Panthers game tonight?
Yeah.
So you're going to be on your phone watching our show at 8 p.m., hitting the like button, and you're going to be at the game at the same time. That's crazy.
I'm going to be double dipping.
Double dipping. I love it, Daniel. And then we got F1 this weekend.
Yeah.
Have you been to the stadium yet?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten I know that the Dolphins, their team did a whole preview of the track or a tour of the track. I mean, I've been to the stadium, I've been to the facility and everything, so I've seen it, and it looks crazy right now.
It looks insane, dude. It looks like something out of a futuristic movie. Like it's one of the coolest tracks I've ever seen, hands down. They have a yacht. Like a man-made pond with yachts in the middle of the road course, dude.
Yeah, they went all out for that for sure.
It's insane, dude. But yeah, I mean, it's been crazy, and I'm super excited about it. But all right, let's get into the real reason why people want to hear from you, besides your good looks, and that is the draft. We have the draft. We have a 3rd and 4th rounder. The picks that we got, it depends on how you see it. We got Channing Tindall in the 3rd round with the 102 pick. We got Eric Easy E, is what I'm calling him, with the 4th pick. And then we got Cameron Good from Cal with the 7th at 224. And we got, I'm going to call him our version of Taysom Hill, Skylar Thompson.
I was
thinking 247.
I was thinking that when I was watching the highlights. I was watching. It's funny. I was a couple months ago. I was just chilling. My relatives came down. I was watching a bowl game, and and it was LSU Kansas State, and I had no clue. Like I was just watching. I didn't know any of the guys. And then a couple months later, they drafted Skylar Thompson, and they were kind of talking him up like, oh, he's showing up at big games. And I pull up Skylar Thompson highlights, and it's that same LSU game. And I was like, oh wait, this dude was kind of cooking. But yeah,
well,
he gave me some Taysom Hill
look,
vibes.
there's a picture of Taysom Hill on the left and Skylar Thompson on the right.
I'm not mad at it.
You know what? Let's work our way down from the bottom to the top. Then let's talk about Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
What was your thought of the pick, and what is your evaluation of Skylar Thompson to the Dolphins?
Well, it's funny because I was responding to somebody on Twitter maybe a couple hours ago, right before the 4th round started. And I said, Dolphins are probably looking for offensive line help, defensive line help, maybe a running back. And somebody said, yeah, well, cornerback, that'd be good too. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, to be honest, the only position I'd be surprised at is quarterback. And then we get to the 7th pick, 7th round pick, the final pick, and just kind of like how things went down. We spoke to Greer and McDaniel right after they made that pick. So, we're typing, we're looking up, like when the ticker comes up and it's like quarterback, Skylar Thompson, we're like, quarterback?
What?
Yeah, we're like, what? So we're like looking this dude up and we're like, who the heck is Skylar Thompson? So I was a little surprised by that, especially given the fact that they already have 2 quarterbacks that are for sure going to make the roster, and very few teams keep 3 quarterbacks going into the season. I was surprised because it seems like, I don't want to say they wasted a pick, because when you get to the 7th round, it's kind of like, how many 7th round picks really pan out anyway. But I thought it was kind of weird to get a guy who probably isn't even going to make the roster from the jump, just based off a numbers standpoint. But then I thought about it, and even when talking to him, he said that he thought a lot of other teams were interested in him. So it's a situation where once you get to the undrafted free agent portion, it's a free for all, and guys are just looking for the best opportunities. So you got to be honest. Most young quarterbacks probably aren't going to come to the Dolphins because they know that Tua is a starter and they know that Teddy is the backup. So you have a situation where now you get this guy, you have him on his rookie contract. Even if you do cut him, it's going to be a mad dash at the end of the 53-man roster cut down, where people are cutting guys and they're also looking to see who they can pick up. And there's a good chance where you have a Reed Sinnett situation where you cut him, you bring him back to the practice squad, and then you can develop him. And really, he probably, after months and months of being with this team in training camp, he's probably going to want to come back to Miami because he knows the system and he knows that he can develop and continue to build that relationship with the coaches. So from that standpoint, I do understand it. And also, just the style. Obviously, Tua doesn't run like this guy does, but there's a little more, overlap with the style in terms of some of the RPOs and short passing and whatnot that he did at Kansas State. And, there's a little bit more similarity with Tua compared to Tua and Teddy Bridgewater. So Bridgewater, I'm not sure if he's going to be here past this one season. I would put money against him not being here past this 2022 season. So again, you have a situation where hopefully you develop this guy in a year. Maybe he's good enough to be your backup. Mm-hmm. You're not paying your backup however $10 million. I mean, they're paying Teddy good backup money. Mm-hmm. So hopefully you're in a situation next year where you develop this guy to the point where he can be your backup, and you're not spending a bunch of money on your backup quarterback, and he can come in and play a little bit if need be.
Well, I think you brought up a lot of great points. Points or a lot of points. Here's a couple of them I want to touch on. Number one, Reed Sinnett last year I thought was a great point. I looked at Reed Sinnett. We saw him play in that third preseason game against Cincinnati, go off, and everybody was like, oh my God, this kid is great. He goes to our practice squad, he sits there, and then he ends up getting cherry-picked. I believe it was Cincinnati who ended up picking him.
It was the Eagles. It was the Eagles. They cut him just based off. Well, it was an unfortunate situation because Tua got hurt, so they had to sign Reed to the 53-man roster. So after Tua came back, they cut him, and he got plucked by the Eagles, which is it's just what happens in the NFL.
Yep, and just looking at him, which was great. I said, one of the things I've always said to go to Belichick, is Belichick has this motion of you sign a quarterback every year. And if you look at what quarterbacks have done through Belichick, backups, by the way, he's always gotten something for them, whether that's been Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, the list goes on and on over the years, right? And, he's been able to trade them for mid to late round picks and then develop those people into something. So I look at Skylar Thompson and I say two things. I said, number one, if it comes to fruition for that, I believe that's what we're using it for. We're using it as future leverage down the road for somebody else. Okay. Number two, I said, I don't know if he's truly going to be a quarterback here because he has that Taysom Hill vibe to him. So maybe he's somebody who makes the 53-man roster, but he's a special teams player, a backup tight end, that Swiss Army knife, which is the nickname of Taysom Hill. And I think that's somebody that, fits right into a Mike McDaniel sized offense. Somebody who can play both, can play no matter where you ask them to play. And is just somebody that's going to come in here and just play football. And I like that about the kid. And I said, he's not your traditional quarterback. He's somebody that McDaniel saw something in. And that brought me to my next point. I don't think that they would have drafted him in the 7th round for any other reason than this is somebody that they truly liked his athleticism and loved him and knew that there was no way, shape, or form that the Dolphins were going to be able to get him an undrafted free agent. And so they're like, well, if we just go ahead and draft him, we don't have to worry about it because he'll be here.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think that's what it is. Now, have you heard any other plans for them moving him, maybe possibly, like I'm talking about, to another position?
I haven't, like I said, we spoke to McDaniel and Greer probably like less than 5 minutes after they announced the pick. So I didn't even know this dude could run like that. I saw that he had a lot of
Yep.
rushing attempts, but it wasn't until I put up the highlights that I was like, oh, okay, he can really scoot. So yeah, definitely next time we speak to McDaniel, which I guess will be in the coming weeks because rookie minicamp and minicamp is coming up. That's definitely something that was on my mind. I didn't even want to write about that possibility without at least asking somebody first. But that's something that came to my mind. Like if this dude isn't going to be a backup quarterback and you still want him on the roster, I mean, he could. You could do some kind of trickery.
Special teams and trick plays on offense, right? And think about Alex Ingold, who we go out and we get, who's possibly top 2 fullback in the league.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm reaching by saying that. I think that's a legit statement. And you bring in somebody like Taysom Hill. Now all of a sudden, maybe you have Alex Ingold in here for a year, but maybe Taysom Hill. I keep on saying Taysom Hill. Skylar Thompson. Can be somebody, because they just remind me so much of each other. Skylar Thompson can be that guy down the road.
Even down to the number, they both got the 7. So
you're right, exactly, all the way down to it. All right, so we'll have to see what happens with him. If you could follow up and figure out, is this something where he's a special teams player or plays another position in minicamp? That would be something I would love to know, and I guess we'll see come minicamp time where he'll be, which I think is good. All right, let's go to the next pick. So the next pick that they had was outside linebacker from Cal, Cameron Good. Now, there was a lot of ups and downs about this. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Cameron Good from Cal, as an outside linebacker from Cal? What did you think about him and that pick at 224 in round 7?
Yeah, well, one thing I want to say is a lot of these. So, and this is just kind of a byproduct of, the COVID. We're still in the after effects of like the COVID's effect on college football. So a lot of these guys, like they drafted, like Tindall was a 4-year guy. Ezukanma was a 4-year guy. Thompson was a 5-year guy, and Good was a 5-year guy, I believe, as well. So a lot of these guys are pretty. I want to say old, but they're older for like the average draft prospect. They're like 23, 22, 23. Some cases these guys are gonna be 24 by the time the season starts. So he was another like 4 or 5-year guy at Cal. He put up some pretty solid numbers. He had a pre-draft visit with the Dolphins. He's kind of a bit undersized for an outside linebacker, 6'2", 230. So I saw some comparisons to Andrew Van Ginkel, even though I think Van Ginkel was like a little taller than him. I got to check real quick. But he projects more as like a speed guy in that scheme. So, he had 20 and a half sacks over several years at Kyle, which is solid. Andrew Van Ginkel 6'4", so he's a little bit bigger than Cameron Good. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if he's going to be strictly an outside linebacker. He's not going to be one of those guys where maybe he's like a D end or like he's just going to be outside linebacker. Like he's just not going to have the size to do that. And there is some pass rush potential there. It's interesting that he noted out that he believes that he's like when we asked him like what are your strengths, he pointed out physicality against the run, which I thought was really interesting because most times guys are like, yeah, like I'm working on my speed and my speed to power and my pass rush, But he was like, no, I'm physical against the run. And then I've developed my pass rush. But again, he's a smaller guy. I'm not really sure how that bodes for him against the run against, 6'5", 300-pound offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a developmental guy. There's some speed there. He's pretty athletic. I mean, most of their guys, if you look at like their athletic scores, I mean, they tested really, really well at the combine. So he's a guy who I think that they'll probably develop as, a sub package, bring him off the edge, and maybe try to go up into more. Maybe they drop him in the coverage a little bit just because he has that athleticism. But again, he's a 7th rounder. I think he was kind of one of those guys who, just looking at the draft rankings, he was, a priority free agent guy. He was like a 7th round / priority free agent guy. So again, developmental guy. And at that point of the draft, you're kind of looking at traits. You're looking at guys who tested really well, have the size component, or a mixture of both. And you try to work with some of those traits. But I thought it was good to at least get another outside linebacker in there. I would have liked somebody that maybe is a little bigger and could could play the run a little bit better, because I know that was something that Jalen Phillips struggled with at times, and he's working on that to his credit. He said he is. But again, you have 4 picks. I'm not gonna complain about that too much. I mean, I saw one I think like John McClain or somebody gave the Dolphins an F for their draft.
We're gonna go over the national grades of
I was like you have to kind of look at it in the context of why they only have 4 picks, and it's like at that point, like, are you really gonna complain about a team that has 4 picks? I mean,
that got Tyreek Hill this offseason? No way.
But it was a solid pick, to add some depth to that outside linebacker, because Brandon Scarlett's on a 1-year deal. Van Ginkel's coming up on the end of his contract, but I think my guess is he'll be extended.
Here's what I say. I said, if I'm honest with you, I wasn't a fan of the pick. Okay, and here's why. We got to the 7th round. I said, when it comes to 6th round, 7th round picks, these are more of long shots. You're drafting the person because of it could be something small. It could be, oh my God, I like the way he blocks, or oh my God, I love the way. You're not looking for, in baseball they have 5 tool players, which means they do all 5 things correctly. When you get to 6th and 7th round picks in the NFL, you're just looking for what is one good thing that they do.
Yeah.
And then let's develop anything else that comes of it. These are practice squad players. These are people that, are training camp bodies for the most part. But when you have 4 picks, I also think that, you're going to take a more educated focus on who you're drafting when you only have 4 picks, right? You're not taking as many chances. You're like, who's one person that I really, really love? There were 2 people that I wanted the entire night of the draft before we get to, the 3rd and 4th round picks. And they were there at both the 7th round picks. And that was Alec Lindstrom, the center from Boston College, and Donovan West, the center from Arizona State. And I said, just draft one of those guys. And the one thing that I wanted them to do desperately in the draft, Daniel, and they didn't do it, was go O-lineman. And they were available there, and I don't understand the reasoning for not doing it.
Well, Greer said, because I asked them, because we're about to get to Ezukanma, and I think that was the first real kind of surprise of the draft weekend for the Dolphins. I asked the first question I asked Greer. I said, wide receiver wasn't at the top of your needs. You said that you said that you were going to add competition at center. You talked about the offensive line class. Just what went into that? And he said, we look at best player available. Coming from Baltimore, that's something I heard every single year. Best player available. We're not going to reach on anybody on our board. So to their credit, I mean, if you look at the day 3 draft call, I mean, that was best player available. They got a wide receiver that they, probably is going to be at the best wide receiver for. They got an outside linebacker in the 7th round who's, kind of undersized. And they got a quarterback when they didn't really need a quarterback or a backup. So, I mean, if you Greer wasn't playing when he said we followed best player available. With Lindstrom, I think that somebody pointed this out. I think a fan pointed this out. I thought it was telling that not only did they not draft him, but they didn't sign him as an undrafted free agent. Because if there was any team that would have been a perfect fit for him, it would have been in Miami. I don't know if they reached out to him, but the fact that they didn't get him.
We had his offensive line coach. He's sitting right here.
So the fact that they didn't draft him and that they did not get him as an undrafted free agent, and again, I don't know how that happens because that's a mad dash at the end. I think that's pretty telling as to how they viewed him. And again, there were a lot of concerns about his size at the NFL level. I mean, he's 6'3", barely 300 pounds. He weighed in at the combine. So, he's a good athlete, not great. So there's legitimate questions about his size at the NFL level. So the fact that they didn't get him in any, whether the draft or after the draft, I think that's pretty telling as to how they.
I agree. I wanted them to address
Jonathan West is a different case. He was a guy who I thought would have been perfect for them in the 3rd or 4th round. And even as we got to the 7th round, I was like, oh, I definitely expected them to take him with one of those 2 picks. But again, the fact that it came down to the 7th round and they had guys rated higher than him, I mean, that's telling.
I would have took Donovan West over Cameron Good. There's no doubt in my mind. And I pray that the Dolphins make me out of a believer and prove me wrong. And Cameron Good all of a sudden becomes, best case scenario. Look, just become a backup outside line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. But I was very, very surprised that they didn't address the O-line position, especially when there were quality offensive linemen there for the taking in the 7th round.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that especially when you look at two things really stood out to me from the draft as a whole. The fact that the public's perception, and I don't mean just fan perception, but even like beat reporters and people that cover the NFL, their perception, and they talk to teams a lot of times, but a lot of times teams aren't going to tell you who they have on their board and what rankings they have. But the public's perception of a lot of draft prospects compared to the team's perceptions of draft prospects. So you have Malik Willis, where everyone is like, at the worst, he's going to be quarterback 2, taken off the board in the 1st round. He lasts to the 3rd round. You have Matt Araiza, who everyone's like, by far the best punter in the draft. And he was like the 3rd punter taken. There were 2 guys taken before.
I was so surprised to see that, and then Buffalo stole him on top of that.
That just tells us. I was reading a Peter King story. The other day. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he was in the Ravens draft room for the 4th round when they had 6 picks, and apparently the Ravens didn't even have Araiza on their board. They were like, the Penn State dude that we took was the only guy we were going to take in. So the perception of how these guys are ranking, and we have all these simulators, and we're like, oh, we can get this guy in the 3rd round. And then some cases, the guy
that Ariza's this punk god. Oh my god!
And then in some cases, we're like, oh, like this guy is gonna be a 6th round pick, and then he goes in the 4th round. It's like vice versa. So again, we never know how these teams have their draft boards taken. And again, like McDaniel was like, hey, we only have 4 picks. We just wanted to get guys that we liked and that we had rated highly on our board in the building. Like he's like, they knew they weren't going to be like moving around and wheeling and dealing. Like they weren't going to be able to do that. So they were like, we got 4 picks. They tried to move up. They tried to move back a little bit. They weren't able to. So like, hey, we just going to get guys that we like and bring them in. And I think that for the most part, they did that.
Speaking of picks, speaking of people that they like, round 4 comes about, pick 125. And again, I'm thinking, hey, look, the Dolphins are going to sit there. They're going to get, an O-lineman. With the 4th pick in the 2022 NFL drafts, the Miami Dolphins select Eric. Say his last name. I can't say it.
That's my Nigerian brother, Eric Ezukanma.
Eric Ezukanma. Okay. All right. Well, First of all, when I first saw the pick, jaw hits the floor. Oh my God, we drafted a wide receiver.
I thought he was a defensive lineman, bro. I was in the media room because I had seen a bunch of like African names in the 4th, 5th round, and it was a defensive lineman that I wanted them to get. So I was like, yeah, they got a defensive lineman. And then I was like, wait, they got a wide receiver. I was like, they got a wide receiver? Yeah. Yeah.
So they picked this guy, and I'm scratching my head, and then I see his highlight reel, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I see why they got him. Kid's got like his highlight film looks great. Now, granted, a highlight film is a highlight tape, right? That could have been his only 11 great plays in all of his 4 years of playing. But his player comparison, his player bio comparison was none other than the guy we were linked to a lot this offseason, Deebo Samuel. Okay. So let me just get your pick. What your thought is of the pick first and foremost, and then we'll dive more into it.
Yeah, so again, I didn't even have wide receiver on my radar. Like I had done a ton of mock draft simulators, and I only took a wide receiver. There was only one wide receiver that I had taken in any of those, and that was Velus Jones, just because I liked him as a return specialist. So I did not have my eyes on Eric at all. But it's funny talking to him, and we don't know anything about him. So we asked, what do you think you're strong at? What are you good at? And he was like, I think I can do a lot of stuff that Jalen Waddle does. Moving inside out, getting touches out the backfield. In the back of my head, I was like, I'm not trying to like put the guy down. I was like, come on, man, stop playing. Like 6'1", 210 pounds. And then you look up the highlights and you see him doing bubble screens. He's doing jet sweeps. He's catching balls downfield, breaking tackles. And it was funny because when you put in the measurables on this one draft website, it was like 89% Devontae Parker. That's what I thought. Because when you look at the scouting report on him was, he's not the most refined route runner. He's kind of a predictable route runner. He has average to above average play speed, but, he plays through contact. He can get contested catches. So I was like, all right, I like it because they kind of diversify the profile of the wide receiver room in terms of like the body type and the size, but he can still do a lot of the stuff that they want in this offense. You know, they want to get scheme throws, scheme touches, get people out in space and have them work after the catch and then work through contact. And he can do that. So I like that. I like that pick. It's going to be, again, a kind of a long-term play. You know, at best, he's going to be wide receiver 4. He's going to contribute on special teams. He already said he has a bunch of experience on special teams. So he'll make the roster. He'll play special teams. Now the test is like whether he can show enough to kind of get in that rotation. Because there's 5 guys who are going to get more touches with him off rip. You know, Waddle, Hill, Wilson, Gesicki, probably 6, Edmonds, Mostert. All those guys are going to be prioritized above him. So the test for him is, you know, make him work on special teams. You know, he has a guy that's in his corner with Wes Welker being an alum of Texas Tech like him. So work on special teams, work on the route running, get the playbook down, and slowly work your way into that kind of rotation with the offense.
You know, one of the things that I liked about the kid is he, you know, to go back to the Deebo Samuel comparison. So, you know, one of the things that I thought was very telling, I knew it, I just like to hear him say it out loud, was in the post draft presser or even the pre-draft presser. I think Greer had alluded to next year's picks are non-negotiables. Like they are not in there in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, the premium picks.
The premium
rounders,
picks.
The second rounders, the third rounders.
Yeah. So, and we got 5 picks in the top 100 next year, point blank, right? Which is great. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, well, you know, you could go out and get Deebo Samuel and save one of those first. And by I don't know the correct terminology to use, but if you're scared about losing a pick with everything that's going on in our office, you could conceivably come up with a theory that, well, you trade for Deebo, and now all of a sudden you have a potential first-round pick in either Tyreek Hill, Deebo, or even Jalen Waddle that you can use down the road. God forbid we needed that first-round pick for something, or you wanted to go out and get somebody, right? You could what is the word I'm searching for, Dan? You could save that first-round pick, right? Mm-hmm. You could hide it within a player. And so I look at that and I said, you know, that's possible, and I wouldn't put it up Chris Greer to do something like that, right? That might be his goal in the back of his mind. But I knew that San Francisco was asking for a lot. And I knew that it was a long shot that we'd go after Deebo. But for them to go out and get a player like Eric, I thought it was very telling that, hey, this kid reminds me a lot of Deebo. He could potentially, like, why go out and get Deebo when the person who created him, a.k.a. Mike McDaniel, could just create a new one? And I think that's what he's doing in Eric. Is that not a far-off theory?
Oh, I don't want to, like, minimize Deebo because I don't – because he's – McDaniel, McDaniel and Kyle Shanahan had a very big part in kind of that evolution of him as a player. But Deebo was he's a special athlete, and he was, you know, on his way to being a Pro Bowl receiver before, you know, the kind of this position change. Mm-hmm. Are they going to end up, you know, putting Eric in like standard I formation and giving him the ball on? I don't know. Could it happen potentially? I didn't necessarily see him as like a Deebo, next Deebo, but I just saw him as a guy who can get the ball in a lot of different places. And I think that's just what they want in general. They just want guys who are versatile and they can be very creative with. I think that they can do that with him over time. So I'm not going into, you know, I'm not going in with the expectation that he's going to be like the next Deebo Samuel. And that's what they drafted him exactly for. Again, I think that with just 4 picks, they just went to get guys that fit and that were good football players. Now, that's what McDaniel said. He was like, this guy just plays. He's a football player.
He's a talent. He's talent. He's pure athleticism and talent.
Yeah, he's a football player.
Raw talent.
Exactly. So I'm not coming in with the expectation he's going to be the next Deebo. They're going to use him exactly like that. But I definitely saw the fit in this offense, particularly, and just in terms of being able to get the ball and work in different spaces.
That's fair. And just to kind of clarify, you know, I say that, you know, McDaniel created Deebo. I don't want to put anything past Deebo. I know that sounds like that could be a knock on Deebo himself and his, you know, the work he's put in and everything, but I'm not knocking the guy. I come at that with the utmost respect of McDaniel's a pure genius and he sees things that a lot of people don't see. And so I think he's bringing in players into his system that fit his scheme, that fit his philosophy of what he's trying to do. And the most important word that I haven't, or you haven't even brought up yet, and I know you agree with me, is depth. We're sitting here talking about how is he going to see the ball when there's all these other people on the depth chart that are in front of him or in the scheme of play that you talk about Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds, coming out the backfield. Even if somebody goes down, it's that next person up mentality, but he's building up for that next person the mentality, which I like and makes me feel safer to be like, all right, look, if something, the worst happens, we got these young guys. It's just a matter of them stepping up and learning the system and becoming that produced and polished talent, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're just getting good football players in the building and then just working with them from there. So they didn't have any big needs. So it's like wide receiver, yeah, we would like to see them maybe get an offensive lineman, of course, maybe another running back, of course. But again, it's like they just wanted to get good football players in there. And it's like I don't think that they were so pigeonholed on a position. I did expect them to come in with an offensive lineman, but they didn't. But I think that's a credit to them for not reaching, for not being so like having such tunnel vision that they were gonna write off other skilled players.
And they did end up taking people in undrafted free agents, which we'll talking about in a minute. But let's get to the last pick of the draft, which was the first pick for us, which is round 3, pick 102, Channing Tindall, middle linebacker out of Georgia. I have to admit, I fell in love with this pick. We did the mock draft show. Remember that? Channing Tindall was a name that you and I talked about in that show 2 weeks ago. Hey, this is a guy, if he's there, Dolphins are going to pick him. He's going to be there. And we were right. We hit the nail on the head with Channing Tindall. What do you think about Tindall and how he fits in the Dolphins scheme in the future?
Yeah, I thought it was a strong pick, especially with their first pick, having to wait through 2 rounds and most of the third round to come away with a guy that addressed one of kind of the remaining glaring holes, if you want to put it that way, on the defense or just on the team. It was really good. I think that everyone sees that the sideline speed, the physicality. I think that it's a pretty solid fit just in terms of adding more speed to that linebacker core. I think that you can see an easy fit for him right now. Like I was tweeting it out yesterday. I was watching SEC championship game. And they were rotating him in with, those other 2 linebackers who went before him in the draft. And they used him a lot as a blitzer. He was blitzing from on early downs, he would blitz from middle linebacker. On the third downs, he would be in the slot. He'd be an outside linebacker and blitz. So, this is a blitz heavy scheme, and they move their linebackers around, as he said. So you can see an easy fit for him early on where it's like, hey, you're going to play special teams on third downs. We're going to put you in these exotic blitz packages, and you're just going to go after the quarterback, or you're just going to spy the quarterback. You can see where you can envision an early role for him like that. And then over time, because I think that they'd still like to use a Landon in those early downs because he's like probably, just as physical, if not more. They probably like to use him in those early down situations. But once you get down to those third down pass situations, I'm of the belief that he'll probably replace Duke Riley and Sam Everett, even though he didn't play as much last season. He'll replace him in those third down situations, or when they want to go in those sub packages and move a Landon out to Jerome out to outside linebacker. Channing will fill in at middle linebacker. The thing for him, I don't want to say it's a concern, but I feel like there's a lot of overlap with Jerome, where if you look back at the scouting report on Jerome when he was going through the draft process, Jerome was an outside linebacker at Ohio State, really. I mean, coming into college, and he was like a weak side, outside linebacker, inside linebacker type. And the knock on him was great speed sideline to sideline, can track down running backs in space, not as physical on the run, can be had in coverage.
Sound familiar?
And for Channing, it's great sideline to sideline. He probably needs to gain a little more weight to hold his own against the run. Inexperienced in coverage. So I'm thinking I like the pick because it just adds more speed to your defense and that you need speed. But I'm also like, it seems like they got 2 weak side inside linebackers when they needed a real middle linebacker. Again, we'll see how things fold out when we get into mini camp and training camp. I think that there will be a role for him. I think there are fair questions. Again, he was a third round pick for a reason because he didn't have as much experience, and he still is kind of young and kind of new to the position. So there are some questions, but I think that there's a very easy fit to see there.
Do you think he can start week 1?
Oh. I mean, it depends on how quickly he gets the defense. He gets down the defense. I think the thing for him, and I said this again yesterday, is I don't think he's going to be asked to do everything. I don't think they want him to do that because they know, because Greer said, hey, this guy, he's still learning the position. He's still working his way up. I don't think that. I mean, and they signed all those guys back for a reason. Greer said, we like what they contribute. If I had to guess, I mean, we see like a Javon Holland situation. I think that's the best comparison in terms of his rookie arc. I'm not saying he's going to have a Javon Holland like rookie season, but in terms of being a fixture in the rotation early on, and then kind of getting more thrown onto his plate as the weeks go on, I could definitely see that. But again, it comes down to how quickly he can learn the defense, because there are a lot of nuances to the defense. We just, let alone the cover zero looks that they do. There's a lot there. So it depends on how quickly he can kind of grasp that. But he'll definitely be a fixture on special teams and then as a blitzer early on.
So one of the things that I thought was very interesting is, okay, we had 4 picks. We had a great offseason with, free agent signings and trades. But how did the national media grade our draft? So I just want to kind of go over some of the, overall grades that you see here. NFL.com, Chad Reuter had us graded as a B. Sports Illustrated, Connor Orr graded us as a C. Touchdown Wire, Doug Farrar had us graded as a B-. Mel Kiper Jr., ESPN, graded us a B-. USA Today, Nate Davis, grade A-. Sporting News, Vinny Iyer, grade C. Pro Football Focus had us at a B-. Luke Easterling of DraftWire, B. Washington Post, C-. New York Post, C. SB Nation, D+. DraftKings Nation, C+. What are your thoughts? Where did you see our draft? And I'll be honest with you, I see everything here from A to C, A- all the way to D, and it's all over the board. It's not like no one person really thought, or no one group really thought,
There's
hey,
no
look,
consensus.
Dolphins. Yeah, there's no consensus. It's all over. What do you think?
Well, I think that you can look at it 2 ways. You can look at it in a vacuum and just say they had 4 picks. They had needs here, here, and here. How did they use that? And if you're just looking at it in a vacuum and saying they came away with an inside linebacker, a 4th round wide receiver, and then a pair of 7th rounders, you probably lean that it's in that, B-, maybe C+ range, at best B. But if you look at the context of the Tyreek Hill trade and you say, hey, they gave away their 1st and 2nd rounder, and I guess another 4th rounder, 1st, 2nd, and 4th this year, and they got one of the best players in the NFL, and then they added a potential starting inside linebacker, you would say, okay, that's pretty solid, B+, maybe an A- if you really want to weight the trade for Tyreek Hill that much. So I don't like looking at things in a vacuum. I like applying context to things. I wasn't thinking of a specific grade to give them, but again, are the picks that are the players that they could have gotten at 29, 50, and 121, I believe, are all those players, are their impact added together going to be greater than the impact Tyreek Hill has in year 1?
The answer is no.
The
answer is no.
Probably not. At 29, it was kind of slim pickings at 29.
Yeah.
If I was the Dolphins and I had that pick at number 29, I probably would have traded back into the 2nd round, truth be told.
18 of the top 32 picks traded. Not on draft night. I think there was still a lot on draft night. There was like 11 trades, I feel like, on night 1 of draft night. But 18 of the first 32 picks were traded in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, so, you look at it, if they didn't trade for Tyreek Hill, wide receiver probably would have been one of their top needs. All the top 6 wide receivers were way gone by 26. So the Dolphins would have had to trade up if they wanted to get one of those top 6 wide receivers. I mean, there were some good options at number 2, in the 2nd round, but none of those guys would have been near having the impact of Tyreek Hill. So if you look at it in the context of, they traded 3 picks to get an all-pro wide receiver who's going to do wonders in their offense, you hope. Then you look at the draft a little differently. I don't see how you can necessarily give it a C- unless you're just looking at those 4 picks. And again, they had 2 7th-rounders. I mean, how much weight are you going to put on a 7th-round pick? I mean, everyone spends 7th-round picks, and they don't usually amount to anything. But I thought it was solid. You know, they got a guy who, I mean, this draft class, I don't go into the season with high expectations for this draft class, to be honest. It's not 2021. It's not 2020, where you had multiple first-round picks, you know, and a bunch of high draft picks. You know, they got a rotational player from day one and a potential starter by the end of the season in Tindall. You got a guy who can be a fixture on special teams and maybe find his way into the offense a bit by the end of the season there, Ezukanma. And then the 7th-round picks, those are 7th-round picks, and we just kind of see what happens with those guys.
So, look, I think we 100% agree. I would give us probably a B or a B minus overall, just including everything into it. And I also think there's a lot of upside to look, I like 3 out of the 4 picks. Like, I do. Like, it's not, I would have wanted to see O-line. I'm not denying that or taking away from that, but I think Channing Tindall is going to get a significant playing time come week 1 and be a starter by the end of the year. I think you're going to see Eric become a third or fourth wide receiver come the end of the season in some way, shape, or form. I think the kid excites me. The kid excites me, and I want to see how he stacks up against Cedric Wilson. And I'm excited to see that wide receiver battle this offseason or this preseason, is seeing Cedric Wilson and seeing him. I think those 2 guys intrigue me a lot. And then the other thing that I think is very interesting too is Skylar Thompson. I don't think he's here as a backup quarterback. I think he's here as an athlete, somebody who's going to come in and play a particular role on special teams and be in for trick plays. And I like the kid. And I could see, don't put it out of your question that he makes the 53-man roster as a special teams player, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, if we see that early on, and you know, they're moving him around, then you say, okay, you can kind of project that.
Yeah, he won't be the backup. He's not better than Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but if it's solely, if they're solely just keeping him at quarterback, I think it's going to be an uphill battle to.
Yeah, he won't do it as just that. He would have to make the team in other ways, and I think that's what they're looking at. All right, now undrafted free agents. Undrafted free agents, there were some guys that they got, right? They got Owen Carney, Illinois. They got defensive lineman from Nebraska, Ben Still, with 14.5 sacks. I like that. I like that guy. Look, Nebraska isn't a great college football team, but it's also not a bad one either, right? And so even when they're bad, they're still good and produce quality football players. Idaho State, another wide receiver, and Tanner Connor. They got Louisiana Tech's DB Elijah Hamilton. When they go after these mid schools like a Louisiana Tech, I think you find diamonds in the rough. Look, a lot of these guys that they got, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, they're going to make the team. A lot of them are camp bodies. One that intrigues me is the Mississippi wide receiver Braylon Sanders, right? Like, he had a good college career for the most part. I was surprised he didn't get drafted. The Arkansas center and guard Ty Clary, he's somebody else that intrigues the hell out of me, who I'm like, this kid could be good. This kid could be real good. What do you think? What do you think about any of these undrafted free agents per se?
Well, first
South Carolina running back too.
Quandre White. Yeah, I mean, I first look at the position where there's like the least amount of depth. So I'm looking at the Dolphins will have they need a backup center. I don't know if there's another guy. They need a second center. I don't know if there's a guy currently on the roster. I don't know if they have plans to maybe try somebody out there. But as it stands, they need another center. So I look at a guy like Ty Clary, who's made a lot of starts. I mean, I'm looking at right now, it says, junior year 2019, he started all 12 games at center. 2020, he started a bunch of games at center and right guard, so he has that interior line versatility. So I'm looking at a guy like that. I'm looking at, they don't really have a bona fide backup free safety to Javon. They signed his former teammate, Ron McKinley. I know that they talked.
I was just looking at him. I think that's going to be they'll be happy together again, and you never know. That could be all the difference in the world for helping somebody's talent come out more.
Yeah, and then there was a guy that they talked to at the combine as well. So if he can play special teams and he shows a little bit of something in training camp, could I see him maybe working his way onto a 53-man roster for sure? They have need for another nickel cornerback. I have to kind of do a deeper dive into some of these guys, but they need a backup nickel cornerback to McNeedham. So, I mean, they have a kind of a stacked cornerback room right now, a big cornerback room right now. And there's potential for somebody to kind of work their way into there, maybe get a final DB roster spot and play special teams. It's potential right there. I think for the most part, it's a young team, but it's a pretty filled out team in terms of the roster and the depth chart. So I don't think, I see maybe 1 or 2 undrafted free agents. I think 2 undrafted free agents made the roster last year, with Trill Williams and Robert Jones. So, I mean, this is a better roster than last year.
It is a much better roster.
It's definitely going to be tough to make the 53-man roster, but if there are 2 spots or 3 spots where I think a guy could potentially make it, it's on the offensive line, a safety, and potentially
they got the other Arizona offensive lineman, Kellen
Beach.
Yeah,
he's a guy who had a mid-round grade on him. I think he contributed to his slide, but I didn't read up a ton on him, but I think he's a pretty good fit. So it's going to be interesting to see, what happens with Austin Jackson.
Minnesota's offensive lineman Blaze Andres, who had 5 starts at left tackle, 11 at left guard, 21 at right tackle, or right guard, and 9 at right tackle. He's somebody who's played the entire O line.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely
plug and play.
Definitely probably going to be a spot or 2, because again, this is the new offensive coaching staff. They're trying to get their guys and guys that fit their system. So it wouldn't be a surprise, if maybe they bring along or they end up keeping one of these undrafted free agents just because he's a better fit and they like him a little bit more. Because again, these aren't necessarily their guys, so to speak.
All right, so looking at what the Dolphins did and addressed, the one place that they still have cap room, they still have money left over, right? And so yesterday we saw Tyrann Mathieu, who's somebody who we at least talked to. He gets signed by the New Orleans Saints yesterday for a pretty hefty contract, I might add. I was very surprised the money he got from them. But just looking at it from a standpoint, do the Dolphins bring in, is there somebody here? I know the rumor is that they talked to Carlos Dunlap as well as Akeem Nicks, I think.
Akeem Hicks, yeah.
Akeem Hicks. What do you know about that? And are there any other players that are veteran free agents that could come in? And do you see the Dolphins signing anybody else?
Yeah, well, I think that I get the sense that they're definitely they might bring somebody in, between now and the start of training camp, or maybe during training camp. They have $20 million. Could they take a lot of that into the next year? Of course, they're going to set aside a couple $1 million just for injuries and if there's a potential move to be made. But $20 million, I mean, you have the money to add 1 or 2 legitimate veteran signings. The fact that they didn't draft an offensive lineman. Nobody's really talked about J.C. Tretter.
J.C. Tretter, please get J.C. Tretter.
But that's something I'm just personally looking because I'm thinking it again. If this is in my rationality, this is a roster that you think is ready to compete now. Yes, Michael Dieter has shown some things. He's still young and growing. But if this is a roster that you think can win right now, and if there's interest on both sides, you bring in a guy like J.C. Tretter, and you don't all the moves that they've made have been aggressive. So if you want a guy like that and there's interest, why not do it again? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes there, but that's a name that I'm looking out for. Yes, it was reported that they spoke to Dunlap and Hicks. They've been kind of milling around for some defensive line depth. They brought in Melvin Ingram for a visit last month, and it's interesting. There's some developments with him where I guess the Chiefs placed this unrestricted free agent tender on him, which is really unique, and just the first time I ever heard about it. But essentially, how it works is if he doesn't sign if he signs before the start of training camp. So usually, I think Monday was the deadline for free agent signings don't count toward the compensatory pick formula. The Dolphins weren't going to get any compensatory picks anyway because they just spent a bunch of money, so they didn't apply to them. But this unrestricted free agent tender, they place it on a player, and if he signs before the start of training camp, then that would count toward the compensatory pick formula. So potentially the Chiefs could get a comp pick. Again, that doesn't apply to the Dolphins. But if he doesn't sign by July 22 or the start of training camp, the Chiefs have exclusive negotiating rights with him. So he can only play for the Chiefs in 2022. So how does that relate to the Dolphins? Again, I would think that if they really did want to bring him in, they would make sure to do that for that July 22 cutoff and make sure they get him in the building and get him signed on the roster so that, before the negotiating rights go exclusively to the Chiefs. So we'll see what happens there. Again, $20 million. It's a little less than $20 million. It's $19.9 million.
Can they bring any of that over next year?
Yeah. I have to look into how much they can bring in. I mean, I think they could bring a substantial amount of that. But I don't know. It's just like my thought process is anybody you bring, it's not going to be like, you're bringing in these veterans. It's going to be a one-year deal anyway. So it's not like you're going to have money on the books for 2023 and 2024. If there's a guy who you really like, who you think fits and can be a contributor in 2022, all your previous moves have shown that you've been aggressive and you think that this team can win in 2022. Why not go ahead and bring that guy if you think he's a fit and he can contribute?
I agree, man. I totally agree. All right, man, Daniel. This has been a great, recap of the draft. I truly enjoyed this. We were right about Tindall. I know 2 weeks ago I went back and looked at the tape. He was one of the names you and I had talked about that there's a good chance if he's there, the Dolphins take, and they did. So as far as I'm concerned, we're geniuses, and we know everything that's going to happen with this team. They're going to win the Super Bowl, and that's the final because Stephen D said so. Okay, my Stone Cold impersonation, it was pretty bad, but still, nonetheless, thinking positive. No, man, I think we had a great offseason. And I look forward to. I don't think we're done. I think we signed one more, if not two more, veteran free agents. The two people I would love and just kill to see. Akeem Nicks is definitely somebody that I want to see. I would love to see Ndamukong Suh as somebody else that they look at to shore up the defensive tackle. And then, from a standpoint, is there anybody else? J.C. Treader. If they got two or three of those guys, don't talk to me about nothing. We are winning 12, 13 games next year as far as I'm concerned. It's going to happen. May 12th, schedule comes out. So we should have a good show 2 weeks from now because we'll be able to go over the schedule and where you and I are going to be, and we're going to tailgate this year. It's going to be a fun time. But aside from all that, man, where can the people find you and let them know what you're doing and where you're at and the Twitter sphere and this Instagram and all these things that you do, Daniel?
Yeah, well, the first place to keep up to date on all my Dolphins updates is Twitter, so you can follow me at Daniel Oyefusi, just like you see right there. Miami Herald, MiamiHerald.com. Still having a lot of content from post draft and whatnot. So if you have a sports only pass, so if you just want to read all the sports stuff, go to MiamiHerald.com, get that. And then every Wednesday we have the Dolphins and Bet podcast, where talking Dolphins, recapping the draft. So you can get that anywhere you get podcasts. So you can go on Miami Herald website and listen to it there. So definitely check that out.
All right, brother, man. I appreciate you coming out. It was fun this morning. We will see you next Tuesday right here on the Miami Herald Miami Dolphins Report with Daniel Oyefusi right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network on Clock Blockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. Daniel, appreciate it, man. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Talk to you later.
Lot of fun this morning. Good times. I think we went over everything that we could go over. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are, but before I get into all that, I want to hit the reset button, want to remind you about a couple of things, and then we'll get right back into it. Number one, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Dolphin Chat, #Dolphin Chat, the ladies of Dolphin Nation, hosted by myself. I'll have Dolph Freaky on, whose birthday it is today. Everybody give a big happy birthday to my girl, Allie Dolph Freaky. We're going to have 305 Sports Babe on. That is right. So that'll be awesome having her on. I love her to death. Elise Nonis will be coming on from Mexico Football. Ladies of Football, and Miss Finns and Pamela, and maybe a surprise special. That is at 8 p.m. tonight. 8 p.m. tonight. Going to be a lot of fun. I love it. I hope you guys join. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all join me tonight at 8 p.m. It's going to be good times. All right. Also, want to remind you guys, if you want to donate to the channel, help the channel grow in increments of $5. $5. If you donate to the channel in increments of $5, you will be entered to win a Javon Holland and Brandon Jones autographed 8x10 Blitz Boys photo. Okay. Really awesome, cool thing that Zachary's doing over there, the owner of ZSM Sports, Miami Sports Music Podcast Network weekly giveaway, courtesy of ZSM Sports. You can donate up here on YouTube, or if you want to donate through Cash App and PayPal, I will double your entries. All right, so that's $5 per entry. If you donate $50 total, I triple your entries. Okay. I triple your entries if you donate $50 or more. And that's whether you do it on here, on YouTube, or on Cash App or PayPal with the $50. But if you donate on Cash App or PayPal, even if it's $5, I double it. And if you donate up here, we're much appreciated. So we give you all the different ways to donate to the channel. It goes to helping the channel grow. There's a lot of stuff we want to do. We're trying to raise a lot of money for the channel. There's a lot of big things, so we need your help when it comes to that monetarily. Now, if you want to do something for free that doesn't cost you a thing, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. We want to get our subscriptions up. So what I want you to do is you will see a link to subscribe to the channel that I'm going to be posting here in a second. And what I want you to do, copy, put it in here, is go share this link with 10 people right now on Twitter. All my Twitter people. I want you to in your tweet, I want you to tag this link and tag 10 people, telling them to go follow it. Say, hey, go follow it. Go follow it. There's a lot of things that we want to do. So, hey, look, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Trey said $200 super chat, putting it into existence. I appreciate it, Trey. I hope somebody does. I would be very grateful if that ever happened, Trey. But bro, okay. All right, let's enjoy. What did you guys think of Daniel? I know a lot of you having a big thing. You know, something that was sent to me or I saw on Twitter. Something I didn't know, little Dolphins history fact. I was going to save this for Thursday, but I think it's pretty cool because we just had the draft. And so I wanted to share this with y'all. This is a news article from the Miami Herald, I believe, saying that Joe Theismann signed with the Dolphins. This is an old throwback thing. Notre Dame quarterback Joe Theismann signed a multi-year contract with the Miami Dolphins in the National Football League for an undisclosed sum. I'm very happy it is over with and very happy to reach terms on a man-to-man basis. I am very thankful for the opportunity to join the Dolphins, said Theismann, who was acting as his own agent. Coach Don Shula described Theismann as a fine young man, quarterback and winning quarterback. Little tidbit. We signed him. We drafted him in 1971. He didn't come play with us, as you know. Okay. Went and played 2 years. I believe it was with with the Canadian Football League, if I'm correct. Went and played 2 years with another league, and then we ended up trading his rights to Washington, and he ended up playing obviously his entire career with the Redskins, which was crazy. I never knew that we drafted Joe Theismann. Thought it was cool. Thought it was a little piece of history that I never knew. We drafted him. We couldn't get him signed. That was a fault like that. We never came to an agreement where he would come into camp. Thought it was cool. Thought it was really cool that I got that. I was like, wow, that's something I never knew about the Dolphins. So that's your little history tidbit today on the channel, for those of you who don't know. If anybody knew that, put it in the chat. I'd like to know if you knew that. I didn't know. But I thought it was cool nonetheless. All right. Want to open up the lines for you guys. Hey, actually, what I want to tell you is what I did last night. Last night was a lot of fun. So last night I Was hanging out with the fam. Took the daughter to dance class and got home, turned on the game. Last night was great. Last night we had the Miami Heat game 1. That was so much fun, right? Game 1 of the Miami Heat. And you had the Marlins on. I was watching that last night. But was great about, the Heat last night was overall just the game that they played. They won 106-92. Kyle Lowry didn't play, but, Jimmy Butler had 15 points. Bam had 24 points. Gabe Vincent had 24 points, but the man of the night was Tyler Herro. Kid is so good. So good. 25 points in 29 minutes. He's the reason that they won, but they just put the foot on the gas pedal. I said the Sixers in 5. I'm going to stick with that. I'm still going to go, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat end up sweeping Philadelphia. I just want to throw that out there to y'all, okay? So don't be surprised if that happens. Another big thing that happened last night, too, was the Marlins game. The Marlins game was a lot of fun. They lost, but they were down 5-0 in the 7th, and the 7th inning comes around, and they end up scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 9th comes. They have 2 men on base. Couldn't quite get it over. But I say all that to just say that baseball and Miami sports are so exciting. Tonight is game 1. The Panthers playing the Capitals. There's playoff hockey. There's playoff basketball. The Marlins are looking good. They're fun to watch. Those last 3 innings, fun to watch last night. You know who else lost last night? The Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning got killed by Toronto Maple Leafs last night. So maybe we don't even have to face Tampa in the set. I know I said I wanted Tampa in the playoffs, but after losing that game at the end of the year to them, if we don't face them, I ain't gonna be mad at it. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's a fun week. Yesterday there was the Heat. Tonight the Panthers. Tomorrow the Heat. Day after that the Panthers. Heat. Panthers. Heat. Panthers. Heat. Like 8 days in a row. Come on, y'all. That's crazy. That's fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Steven, no way you're picking the Sixers with no Embiid. I said we are going to sweep the Sixers. Actually, I said we're going to beat the Sixers in 5, but don't be surprised if we sweep them. Von 9-5-4. Okay, Von. But yeah, man, it was great last night. I was in heaven last night. I was flipping back and forth between the Marlins game, the Heat game. I was watching the Tampa Bay Lightning play the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I was in heaven last night. I was just watching it all. And tonight we're gonna have, tonight at 8 p.m. you guys can have on the TV the hockey game, and then on your phone or tablets or your computers, you can have myself on along with the ladies of football. The ladies of Dolphin Nation, Dolfreaky, 305 Sports Babe, Elise, Miss Finns, and Pamela. I'm so excited to do this. So excited. I hope you all watch. Who's watching tonight? Put it in the chat. Who's coming to hang out with us tonight in the chat? Let us know. Want to hear from you. All right. I'm going to open it up for Dolphin Chat, the listeners edition, you guys edition. Want to hear from you? Okay, let me hear from you. All right, here's the link. I'm throwing it in the chat. You guys come on, and the floor is yours. I'll listen to whatever you all want to talk about. No, if I said Sixers in 5, that's not what I meant. Miami in 5. Apps, get your mind out the gutter. I'm a happily married man. Trucker Sean, 1981. Yeah, God Soldier, I don't disagree with you. Jazz Chisholm got that rally going in the seventh last night, and they looked good. But you're right, he needs a lot of help there. There was two things I didn't like Don Mattingly doing: pinch hitting for Jesus Aguilar, pinch running in the seventh for Jesus, which took him out of the lineup, which hurt us in the ninth, right? And then even in the ninth, you had a chance with Jacob Stallings, and then with the pinch hitter, or what would be the pinch runner, to have Joey Wendell come up to bat in the ninth, and he didn't take that opportunity for Wendell to come up to bat. So I do question Don Mattingly's decisions last night. Just throwing it out there. All right, let me start bringing in some people all the way from Germany. I'm wearing the Dolphins of Europe shirt. What's up, baby? How's it going, man?
I'm fine. You?
Pretty good. Fan unity. I got the Italy fan club, I got the UK fan club, and I got the Germany fan club all up here.
It's the French one, not the Italian one.
The French one. I'm sorry, the French one.
Yeah.
See, but still, I got the Dolphins of Europe shirt, the fan unity shirt. I love it. What's up, man? How are you? Did you enjoy Daniel this morning? Did you like what he said and his evaluation of the draft?
I have to apologize. I didn't really listen to you.
You didn't listen this morning, Franzi.
I focused completely on the chat.
You know what? That's fine too, because the chat was crazy in itself. I get it. Get it. You're here for the chat. Let me bring on Rashad. What's up, Rashad?
What's happening?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Not much. Glad to be back home. Ugh.
I like your avatar, Tyreek Hill there.
If I can get a throwback orange, if I can get the throwback jerseys in orange on Tyreek Hill, that'd be perfect.
Boy, that'd be fire. That'd be fire.
Oh, man, I'm trying. Working on it.
Hey, Rashad, what did you think of this morning and the outlook that Daniel had about the draft, and what are your thoughts about his outlook on that?
I think everything he said was correct. I was hoping to hear more about the undrafted free agents.
I honestly don't think we're going to know enough about them till training camp and come preseason.
I think he pretty much hit it on the head. Is like there's really no positions of need that we got from undrafted free agency, but there's depth that needs to be filled.
Well, that's not true. We got a couple of centers and linemen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's depth, and now we can actually use some undrafted free agents to push to battle in training camp.
Here's what I'll say, right? Like it would be very disrespectful, I guess, of me to say, oh yeah, these are, I don't know if disrespectful is the right word, but it would come off as, I don't know the right adjective to use. Maybe you can help me out. To say a statement like, hey, look, these undrafted free agents are going to vie for a 53-man spot and probably get it. That's overreaching. The odds of these undrafted free agents making the roster are slim to none. But will I admit that some of these undrafted free agents excite me? They do.
They definitely do.
I'm excited for that Arkansas State, offensive lineman. I'm excited for, the offensive Arizona State offensive lineman. I think there's some really good things that I see here. Braylon Sanders out of Ole Miss, he excites me. He's a good wide receiver.
I got about 3 of them making the roster and a few on the practice squad. Yeah, I agree.
So you think 3 undrafted free agents make the roster this year?
I sure do.
That's a bold statement. That's
the Arkansas offensive lineman. That's the one that has played all across the offensive line, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that experience right there could get him a roster spot. We only have how many offensive linemen? 7? Wait. I think 8. I believe we have 8. And there's 5 positions on the offensive line. I think we should have 2 at least, or at least one person who can play all across the offensive line. Verone, McKinley.
Mm-hmm.
Javon's been talking about him for a while now. Like, if you follow Javon Holland, he shouts him out on social media all the time.
He's a good cornerback. He played at Oregon for a very long time. He's really, really good. I'm excited about him.
He played that Rover safety like Javon. He was safety and corner. He's all that 6 interceptions last year. He was all over the field.
Could you imagine a world? Riddle me this, Batman. Imagine a world where he makes the team and ends up being like a quality person like Javon Holland.
That's what my thing is. I know the comments are about to go crazy. He might be the second best safety on the roster.
That's Rashad. You can't talk to people like that. That's a statement. That's a hot take.
I honestly feel he's better than Brandon Jones.
You want him to be. You want him to be. I'm not saying that yet.
I'm not a big fan of. I like Brandon Jones' heart. It's just that sometimes it's like his mechanic. Like he's all go.
What we're not going to do is slander Brandon Jones when I'm trying to raffle off a autograph 8x10 of him this week along with Javon Holland. Okay,
he's a dog. Brandon Jones is a dog. I feel like he needs to be pushed. That's the whole thing. And Eric Rowe is a man up safety. That's my thing. He shuts down the tight end. I feel like we keep Rowe and Brandon Jones. I think Rowe starts like McCourty did till mid-season. Mm-hmm. Brandon Jones stays in that Swiss Army knife roll, and I see.
Dude, don't sleep on. Don't sleep. So Skylar Thompson, we did not. This is my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. This is my opinion. We did not bring in Skylar Thompson to be an every down quarterback. We brought in Skylar Thompson because he has that Taysom Hill-esque version to himself. He can play special teams. He can play halfback. He can play tight end. He can play all these little different positions. Yeah. He excites the heck out of me because I've said for the last 2 or 3 years, people have asked me, Steven, who's your favorite player to watch in the NFL? And I have said, hands down, I said, I love watching Taysom Hill play. Taysom Hill's fun to watch. He's fun to watch play when he's in his habit. Now, when he's relied on as the starter, he's not.
Yeah.
But when he played with Drew Brees and at that last year or two, tell me Taysom Hill wasn't fun to watch on the field.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, the idea, imagine Taysom Hill as a Dolphin with Mike McDaniel.
Oh, my God. Like, and I think we got that with Skylar Thompson. I really do.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're going for.
Yeah, I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that Skylar's going to make the team. I don't know if Skylar's going to make the team. I know for a fact he's not going to be better than Bridgewater, let alone Tua. So I get that. But what I do like is
here as a QB.
He won't be here as a QB. He'll be here as an emergency third-string quarterback who is a special teamers and he's a talent. And look at the guys McDaniel's bringing in. Eric, the fourth rounder, the wide receiver out of Texas Tech. He is another talent. He is a guy who has loads of talent and is just, look at all the possibilities that you potentially have with him in an offensive scheme such as McDaniel's.
Right. I agree. 100%.
Wack Jones said, you have no clue who Skylar Thompson is. You wouldn't have made that comparison. Whatever, Wack Jones. Whatever. I covered myself. I flip-flopped on myself. I said, I don't know if he'll make the squad, but he excites me. The idea of him excites me. Right. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying that. It does. It does.
His athleticism isn't like a Taysom Hill. That's probably what Wack Jones is talking about.
If Skylar Thompson scored us 4 touchdowns this year, I'm happy. I'm happy.
That's one I'm happy.
Yeah.
My thing is, he's built like a tight end. He's huge, so he can take a pound and pause. But yeah,
he's a practice squad guy. Comparing him to Hill is just dumb. You're dumb, Whack Jones. See, you got me being mean on my channel. You're dumb, Whack Jones.
Nice statement of someone who wouldn't even make our practice squad.
That's right, Whack Jones. You're not even good enough to be our third string quarterback, Whack Jones. I said it. And what? Get out of here with your Whack Jones self. All right, I'm sorry. I had a moment here, guys. I should have done that. I apologize. That is not who I am. I'm Mr. Spread Kindness, and you're getting me out of my element, sir. Don't appreciate it. Let me bring on Alexander. What's up, Alexander? Bring on somebody here.
What's going on, guys? I'm just waking up here, so.
All right, well, you wake up, and I'll bring you back on.
I'm good now. I'm good. I'm just waking up, so I have my cough running and everything.
Sitting here.
All right,
yeah.
I actually agree with you to a certain extent with Skylar Thompson with Steven, but to compare it to Taysom Hill this early,
guys, Rashad, can you explain to these people what I said?
I mean,
I said the excitement of Skylar Thompson.
The excitement of Skylar Thompson excites you. I guess.
Yes.
If y'all seen Skylar Thompson in college, y'all would know he does get he runs the ball. He had how many? 26 rushing touchdowns.
Look, I don't think there's anything wrong. I didn't say he was better than Taysom Hill. Did those words ever come out of my mouth, people?
No, you did not. No, you did not.
Did I say he was going to make the team?
No, you did not.
No. I said, look, it's a 7th round pick. He's a reach, but with the athleticism he brings to a Mike McDaniel offense, I'm just saying it excites me.
I agree with you.
It reminds me a lot of Taysom Hill. Okay, so that's all I'm saying.
I agree with you too. You're right. You're good. Yeah, but we'll definitely see.
You got a lot of noise in the background. You sitting there stirring coffee and stuff. I know what you're doing.
I'm actually also just heating up my pancakes. So.
All right. Well, you're making a lot of noise in the background.
I won't make no more noise. Sorry.
Let me bring in Estefan. Estefan, what's up?
What's up, Estefan?
Yeah, Skylar's the GOAT, man. Tua's in trouble. Watch out.
Well, I didn't say I didn't say nothing about Tua.
He's a broke man's Kaepernick. So
hey guys, who was I the president of last year? What fan club? The wide receiver?
Kirk.
I don't know. You flip flop a lot, bro.
I know. I say Kirk Merritt.
You flip more than
fan club.
You flip more than pancakes at IHOP, bro.
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
you might be onto something, but that's not true per se. What I'm saying is I was the president of the Kirk Merritt fan club. Now Kirk Merritt's not here. I'm gonna have to say I might become the president of the Skylar Thompson fan club.
Oh Lord!
But for not to be the quarterback, but to be a Taysom Hill type player,
gadget player,
just to make y'all just to play into it more, because y'all, Whack Jones made me angry this morning. Made me so mad. Got it in my head this morning.
I gotta. Rashad, you don't like Brandon Jones? Wow.
I like Brandon Jones. I just don't see no improvement from Brandon Jones. He's improving, but not at the pace that I thought he would.
Brandon Jones is in his development stages. He's coming along just fine.
It's just. I think I know what you're talking about, though, Rashad.
Oregon, he's all right, but.
I think I know what you're talking about, because
Brandon Jones is good in the box. He's good against the run. He'll do everything for the most part that Eric Rowe does, except his pass coverage just needs to get better. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the next stage. That's the next stage for him.
All right, Wack. All right, Wack. Look at Wack's statement. He said Thompson isn't a gadget player. If you think he is, you probably shouldn't make this You should probably make this a basketball chat, because football isn't for you.
This guy Whack Jones, man.
You know what?
Where does this guy come from, man?
Hold on, man.
Hold on. Whack Jones, let me tell you this. This is Steven's show. It is IHOP, International House of Flip Floppers. All right?
IHOP.
Get it right. That's and that's flop with a PH.
With a P.
With a PH.
Flip flop.
International House of Flip Floppers. All right, get it right. IHOP, baby. IHOP.
Yeah, Whack. Whack. Why don't you come up here and say it to my face, big guy? Come on, man. Come on, buddy. You're here every morning. I love that you're on, but this morning you've done awoken the beast, the bear inside of me. Okay, you're letting the bear out, buddy. You're gonna get the claws. Okay.
I don't think Winnie the Pooh has claws. Steven's Winnie the Pooh.
If I needed a penny from, hey, Whack Jones said, if
he's gonna come at you with that honey jar, bro.
He said, if
he
I
will
need,
throw that honey jar.
He said, if I needed a penny from UX, I'll go to Big O.
No, he's coming after me. All right, Whack Jones. Coming from a guy that got
Roach said
blown out.
Basketball Channel won't work either. He thinks LeBron is the GOAT. I do. You're right. 100%. I'm just got. You know what? Let's go, haters. Bring on all the haters this morning.
I don't think LeBron is better than Jordan. LeBron will never be better than Jordan.
Here for it this morning. Let's go.
Okay.
LeBron will never be better than Jordan. I don't think LeBron will be able to handle the era that Jordan was in.
Hey,
in my opinion.
Let's not get into all that.
You think Jordan will be able to handle this era?
And we could have.
I think he would.
Yeah, to tore this era up.
What 1,000 other Michael Jordans out there?
Whatever, guys.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll have the debate another day. But
we'll have that debate another day. All I'm saying is a lot of smack talk this morning. I don't see a lot of.
Rashad, I agree with you to a certain extent about Brandon Jones. He needs to get better at coverage. That's the one thing he needs to get better, and he's gotten better since he came in the league.
He has all the he's definitely gotten better. He has all the tools to play safety. He has the athleticism. He has the size and all of that. It's just his pass defending instincts. To play safety, you have to have that type of instinct in pass coverage. I don't see that at all. I don't see him reading the quarterback's eyes.
All right, Shake Money.
Okay,
Shake Money.
I don't see that.
All right, Shake Money.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm getting. They're in the chat ripping me this morning. That's okay. That's okay. I need haters.
He's about to flip right now on Brandon Jones, y'all. I'm telling y'all. He's about to. I'm telling you, he's going to show up on the next show with the Brandon Jones jersey, bro.
I would do it. You know I would do it. But I like Brandon Jones. I've never said anything other than the contrary to him that I like.
No.
Yes, you did. You supported Rashad Brown's horrible takes. So you're just as guilty.
I did Brandon eventually will be a Pro Bowl.
I'm joking. I just
Brandon
think that
eventually be a Pro Bowl.
I just think that Rashad's just a little too over. I think he's been a little too critical on Brandon Jones. He's developing, so
yeah, he's developing.
I think he's definitely still got upside.
He's a third round pick.
Still got upside.
Time.
And you see, Brandon Jones is a strong safety. So our free safety is Javon Holland at the moment. He's the one that needs to have more responsibility of a QB. Brandon Jones is basically Eric Rowe's replacement, especially if you look at what he was doing in college. He does have the capability to cover tight ends and nickel receive, play nickel. So, play against slot receivers. So he's not too far off. Trust me. What hurt Brandon Jones was just experience. We had Rowe on the team, so that just takes away from his experience. That's all. I'm telling you. It's not that big a deal. Brandon Jones is not going to get supplanted by any of these people right now. I'm telling you.
That's a good take. I like it.
Remember what I said.
I'm not upset with that take. My thing is Eric Rowe better than Brandon Jones?
No.
Maybe more experience, but not better.
I'm talking about as a coverage standpoint. Because I love Brandon Jones at that.
Well, that would be the only thing you could argue.
I mean, that's what I want my safety to do. I don't particularly like safeties in the box, but I understand why. Brandon Jones is definitely a box safety. He's a dog in that box. He's not afraid of being in that fight.
Do you know who my opinion was a box safety is? And he was a converted linebacker. converted linebacker from safety was Michael Barron. Michael Barron's a beast. Michael Barron was a beast in there, and he was, but then again, he was bigger than Brandon Jones, 5'11", 240 pounds.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
Jones is 5'10", 196.
He hasn't reached his ceiling, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's
that prototypical hybrid. I'm not saying he's Buda Baker, but that's basically what Brandon Jones is. He's a guy that can cover a tight end at times. He plays the run well, and he can play, nickel. So just trust me. This year, if they're developing, the secondary correctly, you should see the next step in Brandon Jones' development. From what I heard, I heard that's what their intentions are. You know what I mean? He's just too good of a prospect to not continue developing.
And veteran secondary will be Brandon Jones and Javon Holland. That's the future secondary would be.
I will actually hope for that, because only thing I see Eric Rowe doing is covering tight ends. The fact that Brandon Jones can play the run, he can play the slot, cover the tight end, I think he should start over. I don't see why, if he's that much, if he can cover tight ends like Eric Rowe can, why isn't he starting over Eric Rowe? That's my whole thing. It makes no sense to me, because he plays the run 10 times better than Eric Rowe. He plays slot corner better than Eric Rowe. Eric Rowe is strictly a tight end shutdown, a tight end stopper, in my eyes.
But the thing about it also, he didn't even shut down most of the times this year. They had Byron Jones on the most of the tight ends.
The
he
elite
shut down
tight
Darren
ends
Waller.
Elite tight ends. We put Brandon Jones on him.
Well, that's Fonzie's background.
Fonzie, we know that's your background because we don't have those sirens over here in the U.S. They're coming for you, Fonzie. The Skylar Thompson fan club is coming for you.
It sounds like them paddy wagons on Disney cartoons.
The paddy wagons on Disney cartoons. You guys are funny. You are funny.
So question, guys. What is the biggest thing you guys are looking forward to in this training camp, this upcoming training camp? Steven, what are you looking for?
There's a few things that I'm looking forward to. Number one is Skylar Thompson. Just really looking forward to how awesome and amazing he's going to be as a Swiss Army knife for us. Okay? I'm all about Skylar Thompson now. Whack Jones made me into a Skylar
I'm all
Thompson.
about that.
That's my answer to everything
all about that.
from now on.
I'm all about that practice squad battle between this kid from South Carolina and Jared
Don't matter. Love me some Skylar Thompson, baby. Okay? Now, with that being said, real talk. I'm excited to see the Cedric Wilson, Eric, I can't say his last name yet, battle.
Ezukanma.
I'm excited, very excited to see that, because I want to see who's going to be the third and fourth wide receivers. And I know that there are other people in front of Eric, but his ceiling just looks so high to me. The other thing that excites me is seeing how we utilize a fullback in this offense. Seeing a guy like Alec Ingold, I like that. I'm excited to see that. I want to see, how will Channing Tindall fit in this defense?
Yeah,
in this defense, that'll be good. And the other thing that I really want to see is the offensive line play. How will T-Stead look? How will Connor Williams? Look, I think if Connor Williams penalties go down, T-Stead plays up 10 to 12 games, if not anything over 8 games from T-Stead is a win. Anything over 10,
oh wow,
amazing.
Only 8?
Is amazing.
I think what they're going to do with Tindall is on 3rd and long, they're going to bring him in, because from what I saw that they're doing in free agency, I think they just want to get after the quarterback. And I don't think this guy's going to have pass coverage responsibilities right away. I think they're going to use him correctly. I think they're just going to turn him loose on 3rd and long for sure, and play against heavy run teams on 1st down. Obviously, he'll be in there. But I think that's what his role is going to be, at least for the first quarter to half of the season. I
don't think they're done adding anybody else.
I don't think he's going to start over anybody. I mean, it might sound like I mean, there's nothing wrong with coming in, but he is a rookie, so I think they're going to work him in nice. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
They're not going to do what they did with Jerome Baker. With Jerome Baker's rookie year, they do Adam Gase doing White to the Wolves, opposite Raekwon McMillan. Yeah, if you guys remember that correctly. He
definitely shows. He shows that he can get through traffic better than Jerome Baker. That's for sure.
He hits the hole.
I gotta say this: as much hate as Jerome Baker has gotten throughout the years, I think he's become a solid linebacker for a 3rd round pick that we've gotten. We've got some good value from Jerome Baker.
He's overpaid.
Yeah, he's overpaid, but I just think wouldn't you guys agree that he's been solid at least? Jerome Baker.
I have been a fan of him and been defending him for the last 2 years now. I'll say this. I understand what his shortcomings are, right? I get where he's not great at, but I also think that's not where we need him to be great at. Where he's great at is going after the ball. He leads the team in tackles the last 3 years in a row. And that tells you two things, right? That tells you, number one, the man stays healthy, right? That's half the battle. Just your best ability is availability, and he's always available. The second thing is when you are available, how do you get to the ball? How are you creating effectiveness on defense? And look at all the players that are on that defense, all the great players that are on that defense. Jerome Baker's always at the middle of that.
Baker's that guy. After somebody else tackles him, he jumps on top and just creates the dog pile. All right,
it doesn't matter. Estefan, Jerome Baker is a great, he's worth every dollar that we've given him, and I get people don't agree with me on that. I understand it, but he's a really good linebacker. He's above average. He's more than really good.
And you don't know. You guys want to know something else? He's still young. He's still only
young.
25.
He can get better.
He's still only 25. That's the biggest thing. He's still young, and I think he hasn't reached the ceiling yet. I think he can only get better. In my opinion, I've been a critic of Jerome Baker. In my opinion,
what do I know? I think Skylar Thompson's the man, and I don't know anything.
No, with that position, what do I know?
I think that LeBron James is the GOAT. What do I know? I don't know.
The instincts that you have to play at that position, you are what you are. It's very rare that at a linebacker position, all of a sudden you're going to learn to start getting through traffic better. I mean, I know he's young. That's potentially there. That's on the table. That would be like if somebody was in development, that'd be like the next stage, like with Channing Tindall. The next level of development for him is going to be to learn how to read coverage, pass coverages, and potentially play the pass, a little bit. But Jerome Baker's been in this league too long to learn how to, get through traffic, all of a sudden play the run better. He's one of those guys where if you run to his side, he's going to take a step outside or backpedal somehow for some reason. Not, if he's going to make the play, it's going to be at least 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, with the guy that has that speed, that just shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? So for him to be able to play the run better, I think the only way he can do that is by adding more strength, that would be it.
Do y'all want to see something? Do y'all want to see something?
Hitting the weight.
Do y'all want to see something really cool?
So,
Yeah,
I just I don't know. I'll be honest.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Trust me. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Hey. So whatchamacallit was just released. F1. You know, F1's at the Hard Rock Stadium this weekend, right? Which is gonna be crazy cool.
Yeah.
So EA Sports just released what it would look like in the video game. And I have to admit, it's pretty awesome. Let me put it up on the full screen. I'll make it low so that way you guys, I have all you guys still on in the back room here. You can still talk and people can hear you, but look, check this out. I took the sound off because I didn't want to get flagged for it, and I put it on the small screen.
Oh, that's nice.
F122. This is pretty awesome. I'm not a video game guy like that, but the graphics are crazy good. Graphics have come such a long way, and it looks legit, right?
Yeah.
F1 always a very good game.
Is it? It's a good game?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at this. This is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
At Miami.
Because I'm not a gamer, but I've talked to many people about it and watched hours, hundreds of hours.
I'm gonna watch the race this weekend. Just because it's the Hard Rock and it's all Dolphins colors. I mean, it's dope. It's dope looking.
But what is question? What is Steven? What is the big? Why are people like against it? Like there've been some protests about people that have been against it. Why is that?
Because they're haters. That's all it is.
Simple.
That's all it is. You're just gonna have that. All right, let me bring in Roach. What's up, Roach?
What's up, Roach? That's pretty
Roach.
cool, though.
Roach, first of all, I can't hear you. Say something. We can't hear you, Roach.
Typical Buffalo Sabres fan.
Yeah. I wasn't
typical
gonna say
Yankee
that.
fans. Typical Yankee fan.
Oh, he is a Yankee fan. No, hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello, Roach. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good.
Yeah. You need to go back in your basement.
Look, man, I'm having a horrible day. My router stopped working, and then my dog chewed my earbuds, so they stopped working. It's bad.
Time to get a new dog. Gotta go. Got to go. Can't be having that.
I know. Is there a bad echo?
No echo. You're delayed a little bit, but that's it.
AT&T, man, it sucks.
Hey, watch it now there, sir.
All right.
It's all good, though. All good from my guy.
Bro, I used to have a hound dog, man. Those dogs chew everything. Dude, one time I couldn't find them, and I walked to the side of the house. This dog literally ate through the wall, and his head was sticking in the wall. He was so annoying. Like, there was one day I went to start the lawnmower, and I went to pull it, and he chewed it. He chewed the cord. I flew back. You know what I mean? The handle just comes off this damn dog, man. He would chew everything.
Damn.
Swear jar.
Yeah, gas can. You know, for your lighter fluid. I mean, those are the worst.
You did not. You sure didn't.
Dang.
Oh, Steven, I sent you a PayPal yesterday. It's my first time using it. I didn't know if you got it or not.
I did. You know what? Nobody's donated today, so why don't y'all donate to the channel? Help the channel grow. $5 per entry gets you an autographed Javon Holland brand, a chance to win an autographed Javon Holland autographed state by Alexander. Man, you're killing me. If you're gonna cough, I'm trying to sit here and do.
I'm sorry,
Killing me,
bro.
Alexander.
Let me do the promo.
Kill me, small.
Okay, so if you win, you get a Javon Holland jersey. Runner-up gets VIP room at the Boom Boom Room of any strip club that you want to. Any strip club in Miami. There you go, Steven. Donations will be coming in.
None of that is real. That's not going to happen. Hey, guys, look who it is. It's Batman.
Yo, Batman.
Batman.
I don't want to get flagged. I don't want to get flagged.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, that was a horrible Batman.
I know. I'm just messing with you. What's up, Batman? How's it going, bud?
Man, horrible.
What's up, Batman? Like,
Why is it horrible? Talk to me.
Feeling under the weather, man. I went up to Orlando, and on Sunday I just been feeling like hot garbage. But I went to get tested. Everything is negative, but I feel horrible. It's a bad day.
Dude, first of all, I told you about going to Orlando. Didn't I tell you about going to Orlando? Look, Miami's the place to go. And you all
I
the
told
way
you to go to Universal.
No, I didn't go to
Universal
Universal.
was better.
I was able to hang out with Von Joe though. That was pretty cool.
Oh, you hung out with Von Joe?
Yeah, we hung out with Von Joe.
Von Joe, you didn't tell me this. You guys didn't send me a picture.
Well, it's a long story. I lost my phone on Saturday night. So Von Joe has the pictures though. He has all the pictures.
Von Joe, I don't believe it until you send me a picture. I need you to send me a picture on Twitter, Von Joe, and then I'll post it up on the screen because I don't believe it unless it happened. Oh, Whack Jones is on a roll. He said, hopefully Batman gets better sources. Whack Jones. So this is what we've proven so far this morning, Batman.
Wow.
I am the president. I am the president of the
unnecessary.
Skylar Thompson fan club. Okay. Skylar Thompson's the GOAT. We've said that. What else have we proven? That I don't know anything about basketball. Or that I should I should make this a basketball channel instead of a football channel. Whack Jones said.
Lacrosse.
Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything that Whack Jones said this morning? Whack Jones has been on it this morning.
And we also
he done brought the bear out of me.
He has no compassion. He also proved he has no
He's
compassion.
about to get these claws, son. About to get these hands. By mans, I mean the clicks. Huh?
You need to cover lacrosse.
Hey, Whack Jones, put on a pair of skates and some and get a stick and I'm playing the game 1-on-1 of hockey. And I'll beat you in hockey.
He said I never said Thompson was the GOAT. I said your comparison was bad. Comprehension is your friend. Okay.
Oh. So let me tell you all what
you've been getting on me this morning, Batman.
No,
Steve, let me tell you guys.
I just tuned in right now. I've been working on a video, so.
What's up, Roach? What did you say, Roach?
I wanted to give you guys a little news update. So 2 days ago at 10 o'clock at night, a dude was stabbed next to my house. Stabbed to death.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, by
what mean streets do you live on, Roach?
Going over there.
Look, man, I'm in a nice little place here, you know?
Ain't too nice.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
Jacksonville.
On the
mean
there you go.
See,
damn Tune-On's getting aggressive.
Are you in Duval?
Yep.
Yeah,
Duval County.
Duval County is actually one of the worst places to live in.
See, you do live on the beach streets.
Hey, that's why I moved out into the north side, into the country. And
Nope, not no more. That thing's spreading, boy.
Some dude named Bam Bam stabbed the dude.
Got.
Yeah.
Terrence Hurton said this is for the Boom Boom Room. $5 donation. There we go, Terrence. Estefan, he donated to the Boom Boom Room. Estefan didn't say nothing.
Estefan has to make this work out.
5954. 5954.
I'm trying not to come in late. I'm breaking up a little bit.
5954. I want to see this picture of you and Batman. I don't believe that y'all hung out.
No, Von Joe, Steven.
I'm telling you, I was so pissed off. I lost my phone on a lift on Saturday night, and I couldn't recover it. They took the SIM card out, and I couldn't recover my phone. I drove back from Orlando without a phone, and then I buy a phone yesterday, feeling under the weather. But Von Joe got the pictures. I couldn't upload all my text messages because I send them
I don't know if Mr. Clangin and Bangin is up here this morning.
All I gotta say is them sources at the strip club haven't been very reliable, man.
I haven't heard anything, man. I've been out of football since Saturday night.
Tell me how you're feeling, Batman.
I feel horrible. Me myself, I feel horrible. But hey, I'm here with you guys, kicking it, having a good time. So,
You need to take some time with Batman.
You need to put on one of them chin diapers.
Y'all leave Batman alone.
Where's your chin diaper at, Batman?
Hey, look, I've been getting it all. I've been getting the smoke all morning. I'm glad somebody else is getting the smoke now. they've been getting on me all morning, Batman.
How do you guys feel about the draft picks? I mean, I wasn't
Von Joe. Hello, Von Joe. Von Joe's in the chat. Von Joe, first of all, you need to send me that a picture of you and Batman because I don't believe it otherwise. And then you need to get up here. You need to get on the panel this morning, Von Joe. That's what you need to do.
Hey, well, Batman, we had a debate yesterday with Mr. Epps on the draft picks, and let's just say Mr. Epps did not like any of the draft picks.
He didn't like the linebackers?
Nope.
Not even the receiver?
Nope.
I hate I have to get in the Uber.
Wow.
We're going back and forth with them.
What does that say? Vince should have traded up to get Vontae Mack no matter what. Book of two verse 7. Vontae Mack no matter what. I love it. What's up, Robert?
Mack, no matter what.
Hey.
What's going on, bro?
Estefans, just a reminder, you ready to wear that dress come the end of the year?
Ooh. I don't even remember what happened. You wearing a thong with a dress?
Don't forget.
Ooh, I like it. We're gonna play a little mood music too for you. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Friggin', our bet was if Tua doesn't get replaced by the end of the year, you wear a dress out in public.
Yep, that was the bet, and it can't be for an injury. Injuries don't count.
Why a dress?
Yep. Because there was a bet, and I don't bet money. I bet pride. I can make money.
And Estefan was all it was. Well, hey, Robert, let the people know. I mean, he said I don't bet. What you doing? What you doing on these mean streets, Robert? Stop lying. You're a
right
kingpin.
now. I'm gonna go eat lunch.
Robert's a kingpin. Y'all don't
Where
know
you
that.
eat? Where you going to eat?
I'm gonna go eat Panda Express right now.
There we go. It's a little Panda Express.
Are you sure it's not IHOP? You know this show is named IHOP, bro.
International House of Flip Floppers is the new is the new.
I've been.
I do like
really
that.
Good.
Yeah, no, man. Panda Express. I'm not a big pancake person.
Panda Express is where it is.
So would you rather have? That's a good question. Waffles or pancakes? Would you rather have waffles or pancakes, Robert?
Oh, I want to give a shout out real quick, but go ahead.
Preferably out of the two waffles. The only thing
French
I like
toast.
pancakes is
that was not an option, Rashad.
Strip club.
Roach, flip waffles or pancakes?
I don't eat breakfast.
See,
Waffles.
Batman, waffles or pancakes?
You gotta go with waffles. You have to go
all
waffles.
day. Waffles.
Now I do have Eggos in the freezer, but
waffles.
Those are waffles, sir.
Yeah, but I don't eat them until I get the munchies at like 2 a.m.
There you go.
And they
pancakes, guys. Pancakes with strawberry syrup.
You know what you don't eat when you have the munchies? Pancakes. So you are a waffles person by default, sir.
John Rui. What about French toast?
You gotta mix it. You gotta do all this.
Pancakes with strawberry syrup.
But waffles,
pancakes with strawberry syrup.
Oh, hey, Chef Shu said swear jar, Alexander.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, he's getting you. He's getting you.
Oh, shout out to Dolph Freaky. Today's her birthday, guys.
Happy birthday to Dolph Freaky.
Happy birthday, Dolph Freaky.
It is her birthday. Matter of fact, I'll show you all a picture. Happy birthday. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday. I don't know how the words go.
Hey Robert, there's a gentleman's club in Dallas called Legs and Eggs, bro. If you ever want to get down on some breakfast and have a good time.
Did you say legs and eggs, bro?
I love strip clubs, dude. I really do.
Tootsies, baby. Strippers. We are all about Tootsies here. Big supporters of Tootsies.
They gotta support the channel soon. They're gonna support the channel.
You have no idea. So, all right. So when we do Miami Sports Music Power Hour, so Cameron and Jamie Bahamas and Solo and myself, when we do that show, we haven't done it in a few weeks because we've just been crazy, busy, all of us. But we always have that inside joke that Tootsie's, like, what's the better strip club in Miami? And Tootsie's is the one that gets always the most play. Because after the game, that's where everybody goes. After the Dolphins game, that is the go-to. Like that is the meetup spot after.
And they give you like tickets to the parking lot too.
They do.
But let's have an honest discussion about strip clubs. Strip clubs in the States.
We're really gonna do that on the morning show?
We can't do that.
Why not? Why not? Like, strip clubs.
This is a family-oriented show.
I think the portal is actually pretty good.
You know what, Robert? You're right. This is education. You're not going to get this kind of education.
The portal is actually pretty good.
You guys want some education? I got something for you.
Education.
I don't know if
the
you guys
bottom
are ready.
line is strip clubs in the U.S. are not nearly as good as things I find overseas.
Hey, Fronsky, can you vouch
That's
for that?
different.
How are the strip clubs? How are the strip clubs over there in Germany?
I've never been in a strip club.
Oh, okay. I get it. I've never been. All right.
Great answer. Great answer.
That was good. You
Hey,
recovered
Fonzie,
yourself. That was
Fonzie,
good.
real quick.
Wink,
Fonzie,
wink.
real quick. I have a question for Fonzie here. You ever seen the movie Hostel?
What?
Hostel's a crazy movie.
Yes. Is it?
Hostel 1, 2, 3, and 4.
It's like 2005.
It's about the Americans they go
Dude,
to.
real talk. The first 25 minutes of that movie is porn. The first 25 minutes of that movie is porn. That's all.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think I've seen it years ago.
It's a scary. It's a
Is
scary
there
movie.
people in Germany that actually?
By the way, there's me and
kidnap-
Dolph Freaky.
Yeah, I
Shout
saw
out
that
to
on
Dolph
Facebook.
Freaky. And then that's me. That's three other young ladies that will be up here tonight. 305 Sports Babe, Elise, and Dolph Freaky. That was good times. That was this past year at Bow Campers during fan club weekend. I love it. I love it.
Nice.
So, Steven, you forgot to ask a follow-up question.
What is that?
Has he ever been to a brothel in Germany?
No. See,
They're illegal there.
But the question I'm trying to figure out here is,
first of all, I've never been to
Hostel
Germany
like that in Germany.
That's
Are there people in there in Germany that will kidnap you and try to?
well, we are going to the extremes here, guys. Really, this is a Dolphins panel. We're talking about brothels and we're talking about strip clubs and getting kidnapped in Germany.
About cultural differences.
You guys,
Steven, have you seen the New York Post article?
No, I'm sure it says something about UFOs, right?
No. It had a dude whose manhood fell off in the shower and they regrew it on him.
I can't with you guys this morning.
What?
All of you guys.
Swear draw.
Go look it up.
I don't know what to do right now.
For 6 years, he had that thing on his forearm, just swinging around.
Okay.
I was talking about it.
Oh my goodness!
What's that say?
What? That's just odd. I don't even know what to say to that story.
Nice doggo at Roach. What? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. You guys,
I said Roach has a nice dog.
Oh,
And, it's not from the Book of Tour. It's just my personal opinion.
Yes.
Just wanted to state that.
I got 3 dogs, man.
The one that was in the picture a few minutes ago. Yeah.
So this one right here, he's half wolf. This one, he's half wolf.
Oh.
Half wolf dog.
But y'all are on some other stuff this morning. What did you guys talk about on your show this morning? Nothing much. We didn't talk about nothing much.
We haven't even gone
growing
that far.
appendages on
Come
your
on,
arm.
man.
Nothing much.
Hey, man, I
Like,
bring
we
the
made
dude.
a comparison about cultural differences in America and Germany. There's still Latin America, Middle East, Southeast Asia.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out if I ever go to Germany, I'm not gonna try to get kidnapped. Me and my wife, you know.
You aren't gonna get kidnapped.
We're gonna stay. I'm staying with Franzi if I'm going. I'm coming over and I'm staying with you.
See, we just traveled differently.
In the US and in Germany.
And then what they do in the hospital, oh god, I don't want to get grinded out. My whole body gonna get grinded out. Meat.
What in the world, dude?
Man,
Like,
but that's like thinking.
how did we get to this conversation? Can somebody help me
That's
this
what they did
morning?
at Hostel. That's what they did at Hostel. That's what they did at Hostel.
It wasn't
It's
Germany.
a movie.
It was Czech
He is
Republic.
right. It wasn't Germany. I don't think.
Oh, it wasn't Germany.
Wasn't it
okay.
Wasn't it something like Romania?
King Bill, I have no
something.
idea this morning. This
Thought it
show
was
has
UK.
totally gotten away from me this morning. No idea what happened.
All right, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it back to
Debo
Earth. So,
Samuel. No, I'm joking.
so you all right? So here's the thing. Who do you guys think starts week 1 at running back?
Great question.
Ricky
It's
Mozart.
going to be running back by committee, so it's probably going to be Edmonds is first and second down, Mosier's your third,
Jared Dope.
Gaskins is your fill-in, and your fourth guy might be Irwine or whatever.
Jared Doak still has a possibility of making the squad too.
I think it's going to be
He's the only
Ahmed.
power
They're going to
back
be the
we
fourth running
got.
back.
Jared
Ahmed is going to be the fourth running back. The question is, are they going to go with 4 running backs in week 1? That's the big question.
Well, I mean, Alec Ingold. You know what? Dokes might not make the team because of Ingold.
I think Preston. I think Preston actually makes the team. That's a bold prediction right there.
You know who's going to be the fourth down running back? Skylar Thompson. I said it.
Oh yeah,
I said it.
Skylar Thompson.
You know how they say? You know how they say QB1? Skylar Thompson's HB1. Let's go.
Steven,
go.
they tried that. They actually tried that about 10 years ago with Pat White.
Skylar
They tried that.
ST1. Special teams 1. Let's go.
That's why Bill Parcells drafted Pat White because they wanted Pat White to be the gimmick quarterback to run the Wildcat.
Skylar Thompson ST1. Special teams 1. Let's go. Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it. Robert's getting Panda Express, guys.
All right, guys.
What? Excuse me? All right, Batman, where'd you go, Batman? Are you just listening, Batman, to the craziness this morning?
I'm here. I'm just like I said. I was working on a video, but I'm here.
Did y'all watch the basketball game last night? Did y'all watch the Heat?
No, I was on a plane.
Where are you coming from?
New York.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time? What'd you do?
I walked a lot.
You told us this
Too
yesterday.
much. Yeah. What things did I do? I went to the Statue of Liberty.
You went to the Statue of Liberty. That's good.
I went to something called Summit. It's kind of viral right now. They got you go to one of the tallest skyscrapers, and there's a bunch of mirrors all over the place, and it looks like there's 20 of you in one room. Yeah, it was pretty trippy. It was fun. Nothing special though. A bunch of nightclubs. Nothing we could talk about during this family-friendly show.
Now tonight, now any other show, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I like what AA said. Skylar has elite touch. Watch the tape. Guys better than Tua day 1. I love it.
Wow.
People are great.
So you're a Tua hater?
I mean, I'm not. I don't want that to get twisted. I just love me some Skylar Thompson, and I hope everybody knows that I'm being sarcastic. But I'm sure they don't, and they'll say that Steven thinks that Skylar Thompson should start over Tua. So I might as well just go with it and say it.
Might as well.
No, I went at it with Epps today, this last weekend on Twitter, because and I get on there, memo to everybody. Skylar Thompson is not going to start over Tua. Get that out of your head. Get that out of your head, people.
Skylar Thompson all day, yes, sir. Hey, you know who's the biggest Skylar Thompson fan? You ready?
Steven Daniels.
You ready? Bonjo is the biggest Skylar Thompson fan.
Oh my God, the lies you tell.
Come on, bro. You're gonna be
Bonjo
my
is actually
Bonjo.
Bonjo is the biggest.
No, hold on, Alexander. Bonjo, you're gonna be my vice president of the Skylar Thompson fan club. And why does it look like you have a water like you have a safety vest on in the water?
So
I thought he was driving a bus.
No, I have a hoodie on. I
gotta put this on the big screen so I can call you.
So I have a hoodie on.
Well, it looks like you're about to go on a boat. It looks like you're about to go on a boat.
I got a sauna suit on.
Weightless.
And this is a weighted vest with weights in it. So it was a good workout this morning.
I ain't gonna lie. It looks like Von Joe's ready to go to war.
What is that supposed to do when you go in the sauna looking like that? What is that supposed to do? What is that supposed to work out?
No, I said I have a sauna suit on.
What is that for?
A sauna suit
is to make him sweat like he's in the sauna. It's to make him feel like he's in the sauna.
Babe, listen,
no,
bro, you know summer is right around the corner.
He's trying to get toned up. He's trying to get.
Come on, man.
Hey, do you have a six pack?
About to go run.
Do you have a six pack, Von Joe?
I have like a 2.5.
Let's see. Come on, bro. Show us the six pack.
That is definitely
family show.
Exactly, definitely a family show. That's a swear jar.
I'm gonna wait to get to Texas in 2 weeks.
He goes, Steven, I don't know you like that, but this is a family show, though. This is a family show.
What's going on, Von Joe?
But hey, what up, Batman? I met up with Batman this past weekend.
Did you send me the photo? You didn't send me the photo. Send me a photo in Twitter.
Oh, for sure, I can do that.
Von Joe, I lost my phone, man. I lost everything. I lost all my pictures, and then my iCloud wasn't uploaded completely, so I lost like at least 1,000 pictures, 400, 1,000 pictures.
Well, I'll shoot it back over to you then.
All right.
No, I'm trying to put it up there because I don't believe.
I have a question.
First of all, let me get. Hold on, Alexander. You know what? You're going to timeout, Alexander. Timeout for 2 minutes.
What's up?
Anyways, Von Joe.
What's up?
What I was telling you is I'm jealous. I feel jealous. Are you cheating on me with another YouTuber? That's
actually,
what this feels like.
Actually, Steven,
this is what this feels like, man.
Hold on, Steven. How far are you away from the Baltimore area?
I am probably from the airport.
No, like from the stadium area.
35 minutes.
Okay. Because my sister-in-law is a teacher in Baltimore. So the next time I'm in Baltimore, I'm going to look you up.
Hey, don't play with me. Don't lie to me.
No, for sure. It's just a couple weeks ago I found out that you really in Baltimore, like you in the Maryland area. So I'm going to be up there.
I'm just saying, don't do that. Don't lie to me.
So we definitely got to
don't play with my emotions.
No, for sure. Listen,
I think you're just saying that. I think you're just saying that because you spent all this time with Batman, and now y'all are best friends, and you're on his channel all the time now.
No. I'm a man of my word. You can ask Batman. I literally dropped my kids off and my wife off and shot over there to where he was at.
See, you dropped everything to be with Batman. How am I not supposed to take this? I'm supposed to take this as a sign, as an act of defiance to the channel.
I am a equal Dolphins content provider, supporter. There we go.
Supporter.
If you give me stuff about my Fins, listen, you got my 100% support.
Hey, are you going to tune in tonight? Are you tuning in?
Oh, for sure. I already shared it.
To this? To
bro,
the
I already shared it a long time ago.
Batman, don't lie. This is pretty cool, bro.
It is.
So, Steven, you don't even pay attention to my Twitter. I shared that like 2 days ago.
You shared that? Well, you should share it again today because it's happening again today.
Say less.
Say more.
Sure, I got you.
Cesar Diaz said Von Joe's about to fight Frieza.
Hey man, sometimes I'm a Haitian, so I'm gonna go super Haitian on him.
How tall is Von Joe? He may need to play O-line for the Dolphins this year.
Not big enough for an O-lineman. I could play middle linebacker though. I could take Landon Roberts.
You look pretty huge.
He's tall.
I could take Landon Roberts' spot. I'm pretty sure.
Bro, you are the biggest hater of him. It's so hilarious. Miss Finn.
What happened when I left? Because I know I heard some terrible takes about
Omar Castro said this is not even a sports talk show anymore.
There's no terrible takes about Landon Roberts. The fact that he's terrible.
He said this is just a bunch of bros hanging out. That's true. That's what it's supposed to be during Dolphins.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
That's the only terrible take about Landon Roberts.
Is your 2 minutes up, Alexander?
That's it.
My 2 minutes was been up.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Hey, Von Joe, quick question.
Somebody prove me different.
Right?
What up?
Oh, I'm on your side.
So let me. So
100%.
I'm actually trying. You know, I'm gonna start to go on my diet in about 2 weeks when I get over there to Texas because I want to. I gotta hit the weights, man. I gotta get back in shape.
You know what?
Hold on 1 second. I think somebody's knocking on my door. Hold on, because I know they're doing construction in my house.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're doing some serious construction.
Hey, tell them to make sure they don't mess with any Dolphin stuff in the house. Off limits.
Let me just make sure they're not knocking on my door. No, we good. What you saying now, Alex?
No, what he was saying. What he's saying is he's on my diet. He's on my diet. You know what my diet is?
Seafood.
The seafood diet, son. You already know, son. Boy, let me see some food, boy. It's gone. It's gone, son.
What are the main things to cut out? Like if I'm trying to lose the weight,
Carbs.
I'm trying to carbs.
Yeah.
Bread.
Carbs and processed sugar. Easiest thing to cut out. Actually, I'm not going to say the easiest thing to cut out. It's actually the hardest thing to cut out because apparently processed sugar has an effect on the brain just like crack does.
Oh?
No, seriously.
What?
I mean,
no, this isn't processed sugar. It affects the same parts of the brain as if you were to do crack or coke.
That's why it's called pleasure center.
So if you were to just completely try to cut off sugar, your body will actually go through withdrawal.
Hey, Bonjo, you know how we have to? How we have to give disclaimers when we talk about crypto? I need you to give a disclaimer right now. You are not a doctor. You don't know these things for certain.
I'm a personal trainer. What you talking about?
You're a personal trainer, so you know about sugars and carbs, and that makes you smart enough to talk about this stuff. Huh?
And I went to nursing school.
Okay, well, that might actually be a thing. So
I think coffee.
Never mind. You
coffee's
actually
the
might be
biggest thing
certified to talk about it.
So I know a little something.
Bonjo, coffee might be the biggest thing.
You know what it's like, Bonjo? It's not like
coffee is easier to cut off. Actually, you can easily cut off caffeine.
You know what it's like, Bonjo? It's not like when crypto talks about currency because crypto doesn't. Oh, hey, crypto, what's up, man? How's it going? I didn't even see you there, bud.
What's going on?
Yo, my man, Crypto, how you feel?
All right, I got something for Alex. Here's a hot take for Alex. I say Skylar Thompson will be the day one starter and Tua will make the practice squad.
Oh, wow.
That is a horrible take.
So we're just going to do bad take.
I mean, you might as well.
Terrible take Tuesdays.
Yeah, I just want to get Alex blood boiling.
Oh, that's easy to do. Just say that the offseason is not done yet, and Lamar Jackson still hasn't signed a contract last time I checked.
Yeah.
So there's still a possibility.
We're getting Deshaun Watson.
No, don't want Deshaun Watson. Lamar Jackson is still a possibility.
That'll get Alex going. We'll get Skylar Thompson to the top of the world.
Crypto, Robert said you want to make a bet on that crypto?
No, I'm not betting that.
He said, no, the bet is
Alex bet.
One full Bitcoin. Full Bitcoin. Yeah. And
hey,
the winner, and whoever wins has to give it to Steven and donate it to the channel.
What kind of bet is that, Steven?
No. That's a great bet for me. I love it.
Man.
1, 2, 3, 4 F's asks about fasting. One thing the complete fasting, when you fast 1, 2, 3, 4 F's, I would say that
Vonjo, we're gonna you're gonna get a show. We're gonna call it the Clanging and Banging Hour with Vonjo.
Hold on, let me just give him this one tip of advice because this is something I actually do seasonally. Is intermittent fasting. Is that you eat during certain hours of the day.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put you on the big screen so everybody can see you and listen.
So when
this is the Vonjo Power Hour with Vonjo. Ask your questions. Come on down. Let's go.
Because when you fast during through a certain period of time where you just cut off certain food, the thing that happens is when you reintroduce that food, your body just reacts to it and just absorbs it. Like if you just completely fast sugar, when you reintroduced it, your body has an adverse reaction to it. So the best thing to do is do some type of intermittent fasting where, for me, like for example, if you eat meat, it takes a certain amount of hours. I don't have the exact numbers, but it takes a certain amount of hours for that meat to fully digest through your body. So when you keep eating and you just eat again in a short period of time, your body just stores it as fat versus actually using it as energy. So what you want to do is intermittently fast, where let's say, for example, you eat during certain parts of the day where from 12 to 6 you eat, And if you know you're going to be going to bed, let's say at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you don't want to eat before an hour before you go to bed or a couple hours before you go to bed, right? Because your body's not burning fat. Your body's just literally standing there and it's not burning the calories. It's not burning energy. And you're just laying in bed. So it just stores as fat. So what you want to do is literally eat. If you're going to eat something like a snack, something not carbs, something that's natural, right? Like a salad and protein, then go to bed. Keep it like an hour before you go to bed and you should be good.
This Von Joe tidbit brought to you by Von Joe.
Von Joe, do you do 18? Do you do 18
Von Joe,
and 6 as your protocol, or you do more like 14 hours in between, or you go 18?
My fasting literally is from, I usually don't eat breakfast. I'll have a glass of water, and if anything, I'll have a banana just in case if I know I'm gonna be doing heavy lifting, just to keep my to get potassium in my body so I won't cramp up. So usually have a glass of water early in the morning as you wake up. I suggest everybody do that. Have a glass of water. That's the first thing you should have in your body to wake up your bodies, wake up your cells.
You're breaking up.
Right?
You're breaking up, Von Joe.
Am I? Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Can you
and by the way, Whack Jones said that he's going to the Texans chat now because he can't be more. He finds the show very uninteresting at the moment.
Well, John, your quarterback is very uninteresting.
We won't miss him.
I need everybody in the chat right now to go after Mac Jones. Go after him.
The first thing, Alex,
release the hound. Release the hound.
Hold on. The first thing you should have when you wake up is not coffee. It should have a glass of water, at least 8 to 12 ounces of water.
The first
to wake
thing
yourself
you should
up.
have in the morning is Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show.
Drink a beer.
You have that on the side.
Drink a beer.
Drink a beer.
What about oatmeal? Is oatmeal any good?
And then follow what the no. Take a shot and then drink a beer. And then
you know, every time I hear the Stone Cold Steve Austin, I had a beer. I had another beer.
Yeah.
And then another beer. I think I Estefan.
Flashing beers together.
I saw.
Woke up this morning and I had myself a beer.
I had another beer. And then another beer.
I'll hit somebody up on the PayPal. $10 if you know that lyric and what band it is.
Say it again.
I woke up this morning and had myself a beer.
What do you mean? Steven just said it. What do you mean song?
No. That's not the right song.
Oh, okay.
It's Roadhouse Blues. Roadhouse Blues by The Doors.
Yeah, but you got your damn computer there, cheater.
Hey, no, you said $10, bro. You think I was up on that, son? You ain't getting No,
hey,
son,
I seen you reading your screen.
No, son.
Man, that don't count, bro.
No,
you could listen. That was so Hold on. Listen. That was so uninspiring. That was like listening to Joe Biden actually believing it's coming out of his mouth that you know he's reading the teleprompter the whole time.
No,
you know he's reading that teleprompter, bro.
No politics on my channel. You're killing me.
Well, it's not my fault. Y'all can't play it off like y'all ain't reading off a screen.
We went. Steven, I came on here.
Pay that man his money.
We went from waffles. We went to strip clubs. We went to clanging and banging, and then now we're talking about politics.
I know, bro. Like, this morning has been. I can't get it. Unbelievable.
By the way, I say easy. Hold on. One quick take about Eazy-E. I really believe Eazy-E is going to be our return man for punts and kickoffs.
Hey guys, Sharif, the Bahamas are in the building. Sharif's in the building.
Because who else is going to do it?
How you guys doing?
Now we're about to start talking about that marijuana.
Hey, Bonjo, is oatmeal
the kindest of the kind?
Yeah, I can tell you can find the
The
best
stickiest of the icky.
Wait, what?
Hey,
okay, I'm hearing marijuana and oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
And
bro, Batman, this show has straight lost me this morning.
Is oatmeal good for you?
That should be like a nutritional pyramid. You take a shot, you pound a beer, you hit a bong,
I had a beer.
and then you eat your oatmeal, right?
Batman likes you like my Stone Cold. It sounds good,
You want
right?
to have
I had a
all
beer.
Steel oats oatmeal.
I had another beer.
Right? But make sure
Yeah.
if you're going to be putting things into it, don't pump it with a whole bunch of syrup or maple syrup or sugar, because that just pretty much defeats the purpose of keeping it healthy.
It needs
Because
to
you'd
be
be
natural
amazed
food.
how we take something that's completely healthy and make it completely unhealthy. One key thing about it is salad. People will sit there and say, I have a salad, and they'll put ranch into it. So now you're putting dairy and all this fat into it.
You could put mustard though.
Avocados, right? Avocados, vinaigrette.
Hey, Von Joe.
Avocado is one of those healthiest fats around.
4 up says Easy E won't make the team.
Who's Easy E? Is that Eric Ezukanma?
Again, yeah.
I have a question.
He don't got speed, we have to return. We don't got
the coach already said he's making the team.
Adam E says the show was
Daniel
lost.
Jones already said he's making the squad.
And if you realize how unprofessional Preston Williams is as far as, well, he's always injured, but not knowing routes or plays, that's one of the things that a Texas Tech wide receiver knows it. That's one of the things that a Texas Tech receiver will come in knowing is responsibilities, because that's what the air raid does. They run a lot. Their route trees are, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's not real extensive, but they know how to sit in space. They're going to know the responsibility. So
CB83 says not only is Von Joe a Tua hater, he's a nutritionist also.
I have a question for the panel.
Hey, hold on. Does somebody have a shovel so we can scrape up Von Joe from that show that he had on TD Fence Talk when he got ate up by everybody on the panel? Does somebody have a shovel for this guy?
No, that wasn't me. That was CB. CB got
No, I'm sorry. CB, bro. I apologize, Von Joe.
Horrible
show. I got love for you, bro.
Yeah, that was a horrible show for him. So I don't know why he even come in here for this take. He probably needs some nutrition advice the way he was looking anemic on that show.
Oh my God! Don't know, Von Joe.
What happened? No, CB was looking very anemic with those takes.
What happened,
bro? He got ate up.
So you guys ready for the question? And
Which
all you
show
guys
was
can
that,
give your
Esteban?
answer?
I need to go look at it.
Man, that was like last week. We ate him up, bro.
Last week's show.
Spit him out. He came up there with his little two in himself and got ate up and spit out.
Let's go to question, Sharif.
Sharif got a question for
Sharif,
the
go ahead and
panel.
ask the question.
All right,
Sharif, go ahead, Sharif.
Yeah, I like the panel that is up here because I don't think never had any of you guys answer this. I think Bills, why would we beat them 2-0 or tied?
Alexander, you were breathing in the phone, bro. You gotta put yourself on.
Sorry. My bad.
Sharif,
See, regardless of Tua,
Sharif's
regardless
question
of
is a good one. Do you think we take two? Is there a world where you see the Dolphins winning 2 games this year against them, or is it more likely we split? If so, which way do you see and why? We'll go around the horn.
I told you the sticky of the icky over there in the Bahamas is good. Sharif's on it, baby.
I'll start out with Crypto. Crypto, you go first.
I said before in my prediction, when I said we'll go 13-4, but 3 of those 4 losses are going to be within the division, so we split with the Bills.
Rashad.
I would put it down as a sweeping the Bills, but I don't know how much I trust Boyer. I think this offense can compete with the Bills' offense, but I see our defense dropping, sadly.
Batman. It's my show.
So I'll say split.
Batman, go ahead, Batman.
Man, I'm breaking up.
I want to be optimistic. I want to be optimistic with Boyer. I mean, Von Joe knows we all feel if he brings that zone defense, like we're in trouble.
Exactly.
I don't want to see it at all. But I mean, as far as personnel, I like what we have so far as of today. You know, you never know. There might be more people coming out with cuts and stuff like that, especially after the draft. You know, so you know, just be patient.
Von Joe, what is your thoughts of it? Take yourself off mute, Von Joe. You're on mute.
People are gonna hate me for this one. As we stand currently, right, and as the Bills stand currently, I still think they can sweep us. Reason being is, yeah, we got better. We closed the gap. But at the same time, the Bills also got better. So has the gap really closed that much? So that's why I say if I put it, hold on. If I put it,
no, not yet.
If I had to put money on it and I really had to put my house on it, I would say it's more likely the Bills sweep us than we sweep them, or if we even split with them, because it also depends on when we play them.
That's true. I think the schedule will have a lot to do with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So it really depends on when we play.
We're gonna know in 2 weeks of schedule.
All right. Hold on, Estefan. Go ahead, Estefan.
Okay. First of all, shout out to all the Rastafarians out there in the Bahamas. Okay. Yeah, but the chat wanted me to sing that Mac Jones a song, bro. I don't know if you want me to do it.
I mean, you owe $10 to the channel so far this morning, at least.
What?
Oh boy,
you made a bet,
really?
Bro, I'm trying to get your back. Do you want me to sing him the song or not, bro? It was just a yes or no. I didn't talk about you over here. Wait, we break even because you cheated.
No, what?
Cheated.
No, I didn't.
Okay?
That was not part of this caveat. That was not part. You asked if I knew. I said it. I won. You didn't say, "Oh, you couldn't look it up or you couldn't do this."
This one. Hold on, wait. Let me take a drink quick. Mr. Mac Jones, here you go. UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You're ugly. You're.
Did we really wait for that?
Hey, how you think you got that way? Your mama. Okay. No, listen. No, man. I cannot do a prediction for this.
Batman, what is happening?
Because
Batman?
first of all, Batman's still feeling it from strip club. Anyways.
Listen, can laughter.
Look,
don't you have can laughter on your thing?
Seriously. Listen. I think that's a hard prediction to make. And the reason why is because, once again, it sucks being in this position. It's nice, that potentially we have coaches that can develop and get this to, get their philosophies and strategies turned out onto the field with these players. But we don't know what we're going to get because we got a first-year head coach, a lot of new coaches. I mean, it's a big turnover as far as the coaching goes. So they still got to get all this to translate onto the field. But what they're trying to do is have complementary football on the field for us. So I appreciate what they're doing. I don't know if it's going to work. Right now, I say we would go down 0-2 to the Bills, and I've just got to be honest. Until I see that they can actually get something going. So that's where I'm at. 0-2, baby. Sucks, but I gotta be honest.
To answer the question, I said we split.
All right. Hold on. Two more people, and then I got Robert in the background.
We're definitely gonna
actually
split.
4 more people.
Hey. Everybody in the division got better. We're splitting with
I'm
everybody.
doing that new math. All right, Franzi, what do you think, Franzi?
I think it's hard to predict because, we obviously have gotten better in offense, but we have a new head coach, many coaches changed, so our play is hard to predict. Also, like Vonjo said, the Bills have gotten better, so I think we'd be lucky to be 1-1 against the Bills.
All right, and
that was my final take because I have to go. I have practice in an hour. So
practice? We talking about practice?
We talking about practice, man? We talking about the game. All right, Franzi. Franzi, you're the man, brother. We love you.
Franzi.
Take care, Franzi.
Bye-bye.
We love you, man. Stay safe, my friend.
Stay thirsty, my friend. All right, Alexander, your turn, and then Robert.
I think we can sweep the Bills. In my opinion, I think we can sweep the Bills.
Of course you do,
by 10.
Alex. Of course you do.
And win by 10. And then one of the games it's a defensive game. The one in Miami becomes a defensive game where nobody scores a touchdown at all. It just field goals the entire game. And the Dolphins win 12-9. In my opinion, that's just
a scary game. That's a scary game.
That's my opinion because I know Tua could go toe to toe with Mahomes
because Tua's your hero. Because Tua's your hero. We know. We know.
Whoa,
2 years ago.
Epps said that we're a 5-win team right now. What do you mean, Epps?
That's what he was saying yesterday.
Wait a minute. Let me explain. I think I know where Epps is coming from. Let me explain.
Hold on, wait.
I can do
Robert,
it. Don't explain that.
No, hold on. No,
we're going to go around the table first.
We're going to lose a lot of close ball games. We can go 4-13 or 13-4.
I want Crypto to go. Go ahead, Crypto. I mean, not Crypto. Robert. I'm sorry. Robert hasn't gone yet. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, man. Yeah, I think it'll be a split. I think we'll not play great in Buffalo, especially if we go there at the end of the year. And hopefully we get them early here and they just get worn out by the fourth quarter. I think Tindall will help a lot.
Yeah, look, I think when it's all said and done, this is what I believe. I truly believe the Dolphins currently, as they're built, are good enough to win at least one game. But it's still that thing where they have to be perfect in order to beat them. They have to have everything go right in order to beat them.
What I would like to say, Steven, to that, and by the way, guys, I believe that we're still gonna go 0-2. And what I've noticed is the reason that we will be successful, even though we haven't even played a preseason game yet, people are finding a way to throw everything on the past coaching. And with good coaching, Gesicki is going to lift 2 cars with a finger. And it's like, so I would really love to see our success come, but not on the back of a coach who is an outstanding defensive coach and who really established the culture that we now have. So I would like this, if we do not do well, what are they going to say? Well, Flores still has residue on this team. I mean, give me a break. It sounds racist to me, and it's damn near. I am a black man, so these guys are finding.
You are Sharif. I didn't know that. I'm just playing.
We haven't even played a game yet. They're finding every reason why it was not successful with.
Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead, Robert.
Robert says split because that's how they land when they come down the boat. All right, bye.
Wow, that's fucking hilarious.
Swear jar.
Yeah, Sharif is right, man. Too much down punching against Flo. Every time there's always some kind of backdoor way to
I will admit to you, Robert, that's funny. That is funny.
So I have to respond a little bit to Sharif real quick. So it's very obvious Flo could not build an offense to save his life.
Which is 1/3 of a team. Go ahead.
Right. He also
the other 2/3 were correct. We got to acknowledge that.
No. If you go look at his special teams trend,
he was fine. We only had 1 year at his tenure that he didn't have good special teams. Let's knock it off. Let's cut it out.
2 years, Crypto.
2 years. I'm sorry. Let me finish my
2 years, 2019, 2020.
And all 3 years, his defense was fine.
Crypto, let him go, Crypto. Let him go, Crypto. Let him finish.
Okay, I'm going to let him finish. You can't be throwing side pot shots. You try to start assigning credit where it's due and give blame where it's due.
He agreed with you. He said it was 1/3.
He's just trying to tell you what he'd do if he was the coach.
Crypto, let him go.
Finish my point. Can you guys let me finish my point?
Go ahead,
yes,
Robert.
Boss.
Thank you. So, as far as the special teams, since we want to bring that up, we can say the special teams was good before he took over, and it got worse during his tenure. It didn't get better. It didn't improve.
1 year, worse. Jason Sanders had a good, outstanding year.
That's not the only part of it that failed.
And the special teams coverage didn't give up no return. The average yards per return was in the tops of the league. Against.
It was in the top of the league when he took it over. He didn't do crap with the special teams. It regressed under his tenure. So you want to give him credit?
It only regressed last year.
No. You want to give
Go
him
look
credit
at the numbers. In 2020.
Stop
Crypto, you gotta let him go, Crypto.
In 2020. No, because he's trying to edge his way to 100% is Flores' problem. That's what he's doing. That's the creep mentality. You trying to edge your way towards eventually 100%. Everything is wrong because you're going to try to backdoor your way to say the defense was bad. You're going to try to backdoor your way to say eventually the defense was bad. No, because now you're going to find your way to backdoor your way to say that the defense is wrong, so you can eventually, say that talking point that
is this
all of
considered
that
road
is
rage
fault.
for Robert?
Stop
Since he's in a
it.
car.
You uncredible.
Is this considered road rage, Steven?
You're not credible. Because eventually you're going to try and backdoor your way to say he ain't did nothing on defense. You ain't legit.
I am dying at backdoor.
Oh, now you saying it. Yeah.
You ain't
Damn him with faint praise. Damn him with faint praise. Damn him with faint praise.
Crypto, you wanted to chime in before I finish my damn point. My thought process on Flo is he built one part of the team that was really good, the defense.
2/3 of the team.
No, we do not agree on that. He inherited a good special teams that regressed
From whom?
under his tenure. Freaking Darren Rizzi built a really good special teams.
Darren Rizzi was the best special teams coach
Oh,
in the
just
NFL.
like the McDaniels is about to inherit a good defense from the flow. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, he is.
Offense yet? No.
You can't because he been shoehorned the defense from Flores. Go ahead.
I'm not arguing that with you. But I will tell you one thing. McDaniel did one thing for certain that Flores didn't do. I don't know crap about this defense, but it was really good when I played it, so I'm going to leave it in place. And I'm going to keep the same DC from last year. That was smart.
Do you really think that, Robert? Do you think that was smart?
Time out. I want to know. Wait.
A lot of defenses
time out.
inherited from the Patriots.
No, you said McDaniel did something that
damning him with faint praise.
I
What
had
a
a
joke.
legit question. I want to answer. Robert, do you really think that the DC staying was more of McDaniel or more of the team saying we're going to keep what we have in place? Because
exactly, it was team management, Steven.
I think it's
That's
team
the truth.
management.
It was management that shoehorned this new regime that said that you're going to keep the current defensive regime.
All right, let him finish.
That was a part of the stipulation of hiring from day one.
I want Robert to answer. Go ahead,
only
Robert.
person that was even being entertained replacing anyone on defense as far as a defensive coordinator was Vic Fangio.
I don't get why we're so proud about
time out. But the problem was, Robert, they had let's take the Gerald Alexander case, for example, right? Gerald Alexander was a prime candidate to be defensive coordinator at some jobs, right? Like he was built up as this great guy. Why did the Dolphins get rid of him? Because management did not get along with him. He was not a Greer guy. He was a Flores guy.
If he would have kept Gerald Alexander or Brian Hoyer, I would be okay with it.
No.
Right?
So let me just finish. I'll let you finish. Let me just finish my statement and say that the reason for Hoyer staying was when McDaniel took the job, and this is my opinion. I don't know this per se. I can only go on what I believe and what I've seen. I believe Greer and Ross told McDaniel, this is the defense you're going with, whether you like it or not. And we want you to come in here and deal with I want you to deal with the offense, because the offense is where we're lacking, not the defense. And I also don't believe in my heart of hearts, that Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain were brought in because I think they were brought in to baby or coddle the fan base, is what I truly believe. Look, I love Sam Madison. I love Patrick Surtain. Love both those guys. Sam Madison has been the defensive backs coach in Kansas City for the last 4 years, right, guys? He's been good. But there's no other reason to bring in Wes Welker, Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, other than to baby or coddle the fan base.
Can I add to it when you guys are?
I think you're wrong
Personal
there.
opinion.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah, and
But
by the
hold
way,
on.
CB83,
Guys,
I don't allow people to get away with freaking talking points that's stupid.
Hold on.
Ask Robert
I
one
have
question.
I have
He
a
made a
huge
statement.
pushback against that, Steven, because I don't think you're gonna tell me that they were brought in just to make the fans happy.
Two things. Number one, Sam Madison's more than qualified to do what he's doing. I'll say that.
He's the best defensive back coach in the league. You could argue that. Steven, he took Kansas City secondary. Kansas City secondary was 26. You took him to 16 and then to number 6. With who on the roster? With Honey Badger only?
And,
that's it.
They
have some play calling. I heard Sam Madison actually have some play calling experience while he was at KC. But Robert, you made a statement that said McDaniel actually did something that Flo never did. What is that?
Yeah. So McDaniel realized he doesn't know something super well and actually tried to keep the person in place that had ran it and had experience with it versus Flo, who changed offensive coordinators every year and couldn't build a decent staff.
But
the reason he couldn't do that,
even
Robert,
that's not true because under Chan Gailey, he had one of the best productive offenses in the freaking history of the Dolphins over the last 2 decades.
And you know what?
He
pushed Chan Gailey out the door.
Chan Gailey pushed Chan Gailey out. Chan Gailey didn't want to do it
using
too.
absolutes. I'm not letting you perpetuate no dumb talking points.
Do you know why? Because of 2 reasons. Number one, Fitzpatrick was the guy that he wanted to bring in, and Fitzpatrick said, "Bring in Chan Gailey with him."
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So they came together as a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
No, one was hired before the other.
No way.
Yeah, but it was a package.
He was brought in at the end of the season.
It was a package.
This is already here.
At the end of the day, you got to see it like this. Being a top 10, top production
deal mean they came in together.
No.
One came in after the other.
That's not always true. You don't have to come in at the same time.
Steven, one was already.
No, it's just convenient for you guys to use that as a talking point to separate Chan Gailey from the success under Flo's tenure.
Crypto, listen to what I'm saying. Would have what's his name been the offensive coordinator here had Fitzpatrick not been the quarterback? Yes or no?
Chan Gailey would have because he's brought here to develop Tua.
Yes, he would. Let me get some pushback. Let me give some pushback. I'm not saying I'm agreeing.
That was the early sign that we knew we was drafting Tua because we needed somebody to run the spread offense.
I'm not saying I'm agreeing, but to say that we had a successful. Hold on, Alexander. To say we had a top 10
was there to teach the spread offense to the new quarterback that they was going to draft.
We had a productive offense. We haven't had a top 10 offense since 1995. So I don't even understand with this Chan Gailey stuff.
It's been the most productive that the Dolphins had under any coach.
Because Chan Gailey, the reason why it's a productive offense, because Chan Gailey, that offense was ranked 16th in total offense. That's the highest it's been in years.
That's horrible. That's average.
More productive than any other coach did.
Whoa. Get the context ready, guys.
Go ahead, Robert.
So if you guys want to make cases and arguments for we've had a productive offense, 16th best doesn't cut it for me.
It's average.
I concur. And I
think
that's
fine, but it's not 32nd best.
But Robert, that was the highest it's been in years.
Bad.
That's the highest it's been in years.
That's fine. Nobody's not arguing that it wasn't bad. If it goes from 20s, if it goes from the 20s to 16 under his guy's tenure, he gets credit for it.
Hold on. They scored the most points with Chan Gailey at the helm than they've done in years.
Okay, all right, Alexander, we get that point. All right, so there's 2 things. Number
but
one.
Chan Gailey was pushed out the door by Flores. That was my thing.
Totally was.
I can agree with that.
I can agree to that, and I think Batman would agree to that too, right? Now, what I'm saying is, okay, I'm not saying in my personal opinion, Chan Gailey came here because of Fitzpatrick. No other reason than that. The moment that Flores or that Tua was the guy and Chan Gailey wouldn't work with him, this was a divorce waiting to happen from almost day one, because Fitzpatrick and Tua were 2 different quarterbacks to begin with. Totally
so how are we saying that?
But
Flores
it was
pushed him out?
Flo is the reason Fitzpatrick stayed on the team, was still on the roster and playing minutes.
But Steven, you're saying
correct.
two things.
That's a domino effect.
You're saying two things.
But no, hold on.
Gilly wanted to work with Fitz.
Bonjo, what is my favorite saying?
Two things could be right.
Two things can be true. And I'm telling you right now, the only reason that Chan Gailey, which was correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, was there an older and or a longer tenured besides Jim Caldwell, by the way.
That was what I was going to say.
Yep, besides Jim Caldwell. Veteran offensive coach during Flores' tenure than Chan Gailey. Yes or no? No, there wasn't. And the only reason that he even remotely thought about bringing him in was for Fitzpatrick. When that relationship didn't work out, he never had one otherwise.
Chan Gailey wanted to work with Tua. Chan Gailey
Steven.
wanted to work with Tua, and he wanted to make it work with Tua.
Fitzpatrick was on the team and remained on the team because of Flores.
What, Alexander?
No, he didn't. No,
yes,
he
did
not.
He did want to work with Tua.
Lies.
That was the biggest
lies.
In Madden,
Lies.
maybe in Madden, not in real life.
Not in real life.
The problem was this: is that Flores was so stubborn that he wanted to run. He wanted to find a offensive coordinator himself, a younger one.
There's a lot of problems with Flores, okay, but there's also a lot of positives with Flores too, right? And
there's a few.
the one thing that I will say about Flores, to go back to that situation, which is the problem with Dolphins fans, because we repeat the same arguments every 5 days. But the problem with it is he could not, if there was somebody that was quote unquote smarter than him, he couldn't take it. Like, he had to be the person that made the final decision. And if somebody bucked on that, he didn't want that. And that's ultimately the reason Hemming, Greer, and Ross didn't work out, because he was not willing. He had to have the final say. Now, there's two things to that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not what would have worked in this organization with this team. And he doesn't have the rings the way Belichick does to be able to be like, well, this is what we're going to do, and I'm right and y'all are wrong.
Right.
Yeah, and why did
Steven, I completely agree. Hold on, I completely agree with you on one point.
Why did Belichick not take the Jets job?
Fitzpatrick
and for one reason.
Steven,
Fitzpatrick and the offensive coordinator was still on the flow.
Crypto, then Bonjo. Go ahead, Crypto.
Fitzpatrick and Gailey, no matter how you slice it, it was for each other. They was in holy matrimony with each other. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. They were still under Flores' tenure. They were still under his regime. And at the same time, Flores had a depleted roster that had guys playing from Walmart and Publix on there. So to be 16th in the league with that kind of a roster still gets some notability. That's all I'm saying.
And Crypto, you know what? I will give you.
Can I add to that after, Alexander?
It's not. No,
Robert, you can't argue that one.
Two things
is that a compliment?
Two things can be true. Robert's right. That's not good enough. But Crypto's right. It was one of the worst poorly structurally teams in the history of the NFL. The teams, they gutted it. They gutted it
after the gut. Why did Flores decide to? Hey, well, look, we try to get McDaniel. We try to get McDaniel. They didn't want to give him an interview
because despite what anybody says, and I will back Flo on this one, Flores is a man of integrity. That's my personal opinion of it.
I get you, Steven, but at the end of the day, Flores, like you mentioned it, it's about delegating your position. If you are one of the best offensive coordinators out there, you have to delegate and be able to hire someone.
He was not a good head coach,
and that's what I'm saying. If he's able to fix that and he's able to delegate, even if
he'll be one of the best head coaches in the history of football. No doubt in my mind.
Hold on, So hold on. So let's really go through the timeline. So we got a gutted team with Gailey, right? And
no.
Gailey
wasn't the first coordinator. It was the other guy that came from New England.
Alexander
was not gutted.
It was the guy from New England. It was the guy from New England. He was the first coordinator. He was the first coordinator.
Hey guys,
let him go through the timeline.
Guys, let him go through the timeline. Bonjo, go.
So we had a gutted team, Chan Gailey, offense ranked 16.
That was with Shea. That was with Shea.
That was
O'Shea.
That was
not
okay.
Gailey.
That was the cutting team was with Shea.
That was O'Shea. Okay, so that was O'Shea. Thank you for correcting me. Then we had Gailey come in.
They were 20th in the league of war.
Then we had Gailey come
Alexander, we got you. Hold on.
Then we had Gailey come in and had Fitzpatrick, right?
Yep.
Flo, they said Flo chased Gailey away, Fitzpatrick. Maybe he chased him away by getting rid of Fitzpatrick and say, Tua, you're the guy. But apparently people say that Flo didn't like Tua. So why would he make Tua? Anyways. So
regardless, what Alex said earlier about Chan.
So hold on.
Chan liking.
So hold on. So Chan Gailey come in. Okay, Chan Gailey leaves. All right. He tries to go for McDaniel, right?
Yep.
Got blocked, right? And hit the panic button and went with two coordinators, right? And then got fired. Okay. And this is all after he wasn't able to work with Ross. He wasn't able to work with Greer because he didn't want to tank and he didn't want to collude.
Yeah. So look, so there's two things can be true, Vonjo. Flores is a amazing, smart coach. Nobody's going to deny that here. Nobody's going to argue that fact. What he's not good at is being a head coach. And it's the biggest reason why he was not being good at being a head coach is because he could not take input from others.
And you forgot he can't play the game also.
And can I mention? The
political game, he was horrible at it.
And can I mention, in the face of the question of the two, me thinking that we'll go 0-2 for the Bills, because that's how it all began. I really think that we have a lot of work to do. I just think they're too talented. And I think they're just too talented, man. And I just don't think.
You're talking about Buffalo, right?
We weren't good enough with Flo, and I still think we're not good enough with this guy.
All right, so Sharif, what I'll argue with you is this. I'll argue with you. CB, I apologize, bro. I didn't even see you back there, man. You were backstage. I'm sorry, man. If you come back on, I'll bring you back
there. Your takes suck anyways. Nobody cares, CB.
I apologize. Guys, be quiet. Don't say that. CB, I apologize. If you come back on, I'll bring you on. Sharif, what I'll argue to you is that for the missteps that Flores had as a head coach in an offense, McDaniel makes up for in the two ways where Flo was not good, and that is offense, and that is he's willing to take input from others. And that's clear by him retaining some of the old coaching staff, as well as understanding where his role is within the team. I think Stephen Ross and Chris Greer have given McDaniel free for all to do whatever he wants to do when it comes to special teams and head coach and offensive decisions. When it comes to defensive decisions, I don't think that he has the final say in everything. That's opinion.
That's probably McKenzie, Allen, and Greer more on defense. Because that China Tindall pick, I think that was strictly Greer and his 24 members of his team.
I have a take on this with the
I am absolutely pissed off that Bills got James Cook.
Everybody
knows how high I am on James
Everybody in his fan base was kind of high on James Cook. Now he's a Bill. They're going to find a way to backdoor trash him, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I am very high on James Cook.
Vonjo.
He looked pissed, too, getting drafted by the Bills.
Here's what the time where everybody's all screwed up here, okay? The 2019 team offense was 25th in total offense out of 32. The defense was dead last in the league because of all the Walmart players. What people didn't forget is that yes, Flores did not want Tua. He wanted Jordan Love. Flores wanted Jordan Love over Tua and over Justin Herbert.
We know that now. We know that now.
After the 2 years, y'all been trying to convince us that he wanted Herbert. So what is to believe now? Next we're gonna
Crypto. What I do
next
know,
we're gonna believe that he wanted Mark Anthony in the next 3 years.
Crypto. What I do know is he did not want Tua. That's what I do know.
But to keep every 2 years changing who he wanted is nauseating.
All I know is he didn't want.
The truth is this, and this everybody will back me up on this. Flores wanted Jordan Love. Jordan
See,
Love
there
was
you
the
go.
man
You
that Flores wanted. Okay,
Can I say this?
We don't know
at
that
the 5th
100%.
overall
I don't know
Can I
pick.
what to
say
believe
this?
because
It was,
every
it's
2 years it
100%
Hold on.
changed.
Here's
Face it.
something.
Who you really
Hold
wanted?
on, guys. Hold on, Alexander. Here's something else that I find very interesting, right? Let's go look at another team, right? Let's go look at the Tennessee Titans right now. The Tennessee Titans traded away A.J. Brown. And if y'all saw Mike Vrabel's reaction to him losing A.J. Brown in that war room, you would saw that he was pissed. Here's 2 things that are different. Number one, there's a big difference between losing or missing out or losing out on the quarterback that you really, really want compared to the wide receiver. Wide receivers, in my opinion, are a dime a dozen. You don't have to have the greatest one in order to have a good football team. All right. Now, what they did was in Tennessee is they traded away A.J. Brown, and the person that they replaced him with where it was the same comparison was A.J. Brown. The same type person, just different person, right? Different personality.
You save
right?
money too.
The person that Dolphins got in Tua was totally different from what Jordan Love could be or what Justin Herbert would be, whatever. It's a totally different style quarterback. It's not what the head coach wanted. You can live with a different player, but has the same player comparisons compared to something else. What you can't live with is when a quarterback, and by the way, I want to state for the record, I am a Tua supporter. I think Tua's going to do good, but but for this conversation, for the sake of this conversation, it is Flores wanted nothing to do with Tua.
And I would say this,
and it was repeated time and time again.
And to the point that Tua lied on stage and said he drafted me. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, and to back that up, right? I was there with TD and Reason before Reason had his channel, and all of the other. What we were thinking is, if we can't remember, guys, go back. This 2 years ago. If we didn't get Tristan Wirfs at 5, we can still get Jordan Love at 18, and we can still get Cesar Ruiz at 26. That was the thinking, because we knew we couldn't get Tua. We knew we couldn't get. We knew we couldn't get Tua, so we was like, "Can we?"
Sharif, your argument is correct.
Tua dropped to us.
Your argument is correct. Only if we believe the Alexander take, which is Jordan Love.
Tua
dropped to us.
That would have been the process, Sharif, if Flo didn't want him. And Tua backed it up with his own words and said, Flo drafted me.
Exactly. And that's my argument. That would have happened.
One at a time. Go ahead,
Sharif, that would have happened. That would have happened only if the take that Alexander is giving about what's his face from Green Bay again? Jordan Love. If Jordan Love was the quarterback they wanted, they could have drafted your Cesar Ruiz, and they could have drafted Tristan Wirfs at 5. That means Jordan Love would have been our pick at the end of the round, and he would have been there.
But I think Greer didn't pass on Tua. I think Greer was like, "Hey, this guy fell from number 3. Detroit didn't pick him. He fell to 4. Giants didn't pick him. He fell to us." Man, we got to take Tua.
Okay, hold on. So at this point, who wanted Tua? That's the better question. Who wanted him?
They all did.
Can I give you a hot take? Can I give you a hot take?
Hold on,
he said he picked him.
I want to give you a hot take. Let me give you a hot take. Go ahead. If Tua had a slip past us, I don't think that I don't know. I would that whoever we would have gotten, right? Who cares? I don't think he would have been a first-round draft pick.
Oh no, Steven! Of course, Steven.
You don't think
the Chargers?
He would have been.
Hold on.
I'm not convinced that. I think the Chargers got exactly who they wanted.
In college, you think the Chargers didn't want college Tua?
Yeah, of course.
They wouldn't have college Tua, but
I'll put it this way. Put it this way. Am I gonna die by the sword and say that? No, I won't die on my sword and say that. But what I will say is I question it. I question that he would have been a first round.
No, he's definitely
this is the only reason. Steven, hold on. This is the reason why I asked that question. Hold on, guys. Can I go ahead and tell you why I asked that question? Because it was rumored that Ross did everything in his power to try to. This is rumored that he did everything in his power to move up to get Burrow. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, Ronjo.
Okay. All right. So he did everything in his power to move up to try to get
Burrow.
what's the guy in San
Burrow, yeah.
Confirm that.
right? So that's saying, hey, we don't want Tua. We're trying to get Burrow.
Yeah.
Flo apparently wanted Jordan Love, right?
That's the new rumor.
That's the rumor.
Yeah,
So
that's the new
rumor,
one.
because
Hold on.
it was also rumored that he
3 years
it was
it'll be
also rumored that he
Madonna.
wanted Herbert, right?
Can I add to
It was
that?
also rumored that he
Bonjo?
wanted Herbert.
Yeah.
He also
Awesome.
wanted
So,
Teddy
so
Bridgewater
at this,
right before that.
hold
Let
on,
him
hold on,
finish.
hold
Let
on.
him
I'm
finish.
Let
just
him
talking about the
finish.
draft.
Let him
Hold on.
finish.
I'm
Go
just
ahead,
talking about
Bonjo.
the draft. I'm only talking about the draft. So those are 3 quarterbacks that's all in the same class. So who in the world said, let me tie my boat to Tua? Was it Greer that overruled everybody and said, we're drafting Tua?
Yes, it was Greer.
I
It was
think
Greer.
you know what I think it
Omar
was.
Kelly
I think it was a
reported it
mix.
too.
I
That,
think
It was
I think it's a
collective. It
mix.
was collective. They all
I
came
think
to an
by the way,
agreement.
Batman.
No, I don't think Flores
Once
was on
they knew
board.
Burrow was
But I
out of
do
reach.
think. But I think that
Flores
Gore
was on
and
board.
Ross. I
Forrest
think
wanted
Greer and
No,
Ross.
Jordan Love.
can I tell you what I think it was? I think it was Flores and Greer saying we whiffed on Lamar Jackson, knowing Ross told us to get him, and Ross wants us to get Tua now. So now we're going to get Tua.
Could be.
That's how
Could
I've
be.
always looked at it.
Could be.
No. Here's
Correct.
exactly what
Who
happened.
said that? Rashad? Yes.
Rashad, here's the
They
thing.
eventually came down to the
Here's the
agreement.
thing. Flores and Greer were at odds at the number 5 overall pick. And Omar Kelly even reported this. Right on the he went on Big O, and even Big O knew about this even before all of us knew about it. Flores wanted Jordan Love over any quarterback that was drafted.
And this is the same Omar Kelly has said that
This is Omar Kelly.
Emmanuel Ogba was good as
with
gone.
Big O.
This is the same Omar Kelly said Emmanuel Ogba was good as gone. That's the same one, right?
That,
The same Omar
but that
Kelly?
would have made the pick be
That is
18.
exactly the point, Batman.
Love.
That's the same
that's
Omar
what Ray
Kelly.
said.
There you go, Batman.
And I don't want to say.
Big O knew this over Omar
But
Kelly.
hold on, Russell.
And he went on air and said,
But Russell,
Alexander,
you understand, right? That we're not going to pick Jordan Love at 5. We're getting him at 18 due to us getting a pick for worse. They had a disagreement at worse at 5 because Tua landed, didn't get picked by the Giants in Detroit. They had a change of heart. They moved off a worse and went on to Tua. You get Jordan Love at 18.
So there's no Cesar Ruiz. There is no Cesar Ruiz.
Tua didn't make it to 5. You see?
Hold on. Here's the other thing I want to say. Okay. The other thing to all this is too, as far as like, I don't want to say what Omar didn't say or did say or call or question anybody, but what I will say is I knew for a fact the moment that report came out that Emmanuel was good as gone was false, because I knew for a fact from Emmanuel
you said it,
that he
Right.
wanted to be here. Okay.
Omar Kelly, man, I tell you.
They like Emmanuel wants to finish his career as a Dolphin.
Yep.
And wanted to do that. Want to finish
And
my
will
career
do
in
that.
Miami. And will do that. Okay. Now, with all that being said, I'm not saying that as far as the report of him wanting Jordan Love or Herbert, who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Like, that's not even the argument here. The argument is, or the discussion is, it's not an argument. The discussion is, who wanted Tua? And I know that Flores did not. Flores did not want Tua.
Can I add to it?
I agree.
And then the follow-up question that was on the table is, or I think Von Joe asked, where would Tua have gone had he had not gone to us?
He would have gone to 6 of the Chargers.
But I speculate, and I'm only speculating, okay? Because that's all we can do. It's a speculation question to begin with.
The thing is,
and I feel the Von Joe asked the question: if he didn't fall to us at 5, where would he have gone? You can make
I think
the
that's a fair question.
You can make the argument that the Chargers would have gone after him at 6, but let's say they passed up on him. I don't think he gets drafted in the first round.
We drafted him at 18.
No.
Can I answer
The only reason the Packers went after Love is because Love was there and they like Love. Not
And see,
because
that's
they
what I'm
wanted
saying.
a quarterback.
When we assess,
There were a lot of
when we
quarterback-needy
assess
teams
our
there,
problem,
Steven.
right, Steven?
I think the Cowboys would have took Tua.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Matt.
there's a lot of
I just want to
quarterback-needy
say
teams.
real quick though.
They based on his college prospect. You got to remember that, Steven. He was the best quarterback outside of Burrow in college at pre-injury.
It's all speculation.
So you got to remember that they was going to still take a chance on him.
So let me say this.
He wouldn't have made it out of the first
I don't want to
round.
say nothing about Flores not wanting to. I will say this. This is a fact. This is a fact.
Oh no, Flores was anti-Tua.
I'm not going to say that.
He was anti-Tua the whole way.
You can't say that, Alex. No one was anti-Tua.
Maybe going after he drafted. Maybe after
Alexander, let Batman go.
You can say whatever you want. You can say that. You can say that whatever you want after he got drafted 2 years into the marriage. Maybe you can say that. But what I'm saying is, when he got drafted, Greer. This is a fact. Greer has been looking at Tua for 3 to 4 years in Alabama. He's infatuated with Tua. We all know that. That we know. Now, I kind of agree with what Rashad was saying. Passing up on what's his face, Lamar Jackson, could have pushed Ross to push Greer to taking Tua at 5, no matter what. Those two things might be. I think that they do combine. Now, I don't want to go and say Flores didn't want to, and he wanted Herbert, he wanted Madonna at 5. No, I'm not going to go with that one. But I am going to say like this: for sure, Greer wanted him, and maybe he got the extra push he needed from Ross. That's what
I'll add to that quick.
I'll add to that quickly.
Let me tell you, if there was a difference, if there was an argument between Ross and Flores, Ross was the deciding factor. And Ross wanted Tua.
Can I add to what Batman is saying?
Go ahead,
We're dealing with our problem, right? Not the Dolphin. We're dealing with our problem. So we don't really care who picks Tua after 5. But what I will say is this: we need to now interject who wanted Tristan worse, because if it was a problem once Tua landed at 5, and I guess Greer and Flo had a disagreement of should we get worse here. Because with Tua if Tua didn't fall, you get Tristan Wirfs. I'm guaranteeing you that they agreed to get Tristan Wirfs at 5 because Tua fell.
I agree.
They moved off of Tristan Wirfs and said, "Look, so Flo was right. Let's get Tristan Wirfs at 5, get Jordan Love at 18, get Cesar Ruiz at 26."
Let me ask you this, Sharif: if
Ross wanted Tua so he could sell jerseys.
Yes. You see, the board.
It was all about the dollar.
So
he said,
"Look
at Alexander. He's already got
Hold on, guys. One
the aqua orange and the white.
One at a time.
Let me give a hot take after you're done. Okay, I can give it now.
Look, listen.
Okay, let me give a hot take.
It was all because of the dollar. It was for the jerseys. Because they said Alexander's got all the jerseys of Tua on pre-order. He's got the aqua, the orange, and the white. All right.
And the throwbacks. That's 2 more jerseys.
So
and that's
hold on, you guys ready?
You
guys ready for a hot take? Here's a hot take.
Rashad, here's the thing, guys.
Alexander, hold on. Let me give a hot take. So, ready for it.
Oh man.
So we could all, after this whole discussion, I panned it out. After what Sharif said, after what everybody said and what we discussed, that Greer is the reason why the O-line is trash.
Yep. No.
Because
thank you.
Hold on. We could have drafted O lineman at number 5, a top O lineman. We could have dropped him. We could have drafted again at then we could have got a quarterback at 18, and we could have drafted another top O lineman.
Or we could have our veteran lineman.
He had some responsibility.
So I'm just saying.
No,
that's my hot take. That's my hot take.
You're wrong. You're wrong on that. You're wrong on that.
No, because he's in charge of the draft.
Prove me wrong.
Prove
me wrong.
Okay, hold on, guys.
To get Cesar Ruiz and Tristan Wirfs. He didn't have to move on earth to get those 2 offensive linemen.
Hold on, Sharif. Hold on. My bad, bro. I'm sorry, man. And Stevie D, I apologize for cutting everybody off and on your show
just
and all that.
Make your
I'm
point.
sorry,
Go
man.
ahead, Alexander. Make your point.
Yeah, no, you're mad at me. But
I'm not mad. Just make your point.
All right, so here's the thing.
Not bad. Just make your point, bro.
Greer wanted Tua at number 5. Now keep in mind, Austin Jackson at 18 was actually one of the top 10 left tackles on the board. I hope you know that. He was actually covered as one of the best. He was covered as one of
the reasons board. On reasons board, he was a top 10 tackle. On reasons board, that means he was number 10.
He was covered as one of the best left tackles in
No, sir.
On the draft board.
No. He was.
Okay.
He was
No.
That's why they picked him at number 18.
Reason had already taught us what he was.
Now,
in
here's
Reason's
another
breakdown.
thing.
He's a solid tackle, but he was a project.
No. He was top 10 in Reason's draft board for tackle.
Here's the thing. Flores
What are you talking about?
Number 10.
The entire time in the draft.
On Reason's board, he was a 10, number 10 tackle.
And we hit how many tackles went before that? Like 6? Like 6 tackles went, right?
Yes.
We're not even talking about Reason's board.
He was
just
trash.
Austin Jackson was always listed as a project.
He was a project.
Yeah, he was a project. Yeah, not even reasonable. Yeah.
That's why Greer won.
That's why Von Joe is blaming Greer.
Greer won. How can you say that? You cannot sit here and tell me that all 5 guys that Greer has drafted in these last 3 drafts are offensive line.
You win that, but we're not saying that. Russell,
no, not all. You can't tell me that.
Alex, you're right. They're not.
We're giving you that. What we're saying though is
3 out of the 5.
So Alex,
giving you
based
that.
off what you're saying, we have a good O-line. So
we're saying though,
I'm not saying we have a good O-line. I'm saying you cannot tell me that all 5 guys suck.
We're not arguing.
I mean, we can, but we won't.
Two arguments.
Alex, so are you
saying? We know they ranked 32nd, but what do they rank on your mind?
That's a ridiculous take. If you're going to
so O-line, are you saying that our O-line is good or do they suck?
Right now,
Alex, that's 2 different arguments.
Our O-line has untapped potential.
Alex, that's 2 different arguments. What Steven and I are saying is, what Steven and I are saying is, if you're right, then, like Von Joe said, you didn't have to move an inch to get Tristan Wirfs and Cesar Ruiz. But because you wanted Tua, now that the leisure of you having the best tackle, the leisure is gone. So the Greer and Flo disagreement and us not getting the best O-lineman came right there at number 5. Because you didn't have to move an inch to get the best tackle, and you didn't have to move anything.
Well, hold on, but Sharif, I beg to differ.
You chose Tua. So it's on Greer that
if Tua was gone to Detroit at what 2 or 3 or whatever that pick was.
Yeah,
I fair to differ. I'm sorry. I don't think the Dolphins pass up on Herbert at 5. I'm gonna be honest.
No, he was next in line, probably.
Yeah, I don't see.
Herbert.
I think all 3 quarterbacks have to be gone in the top 4 for them to take.
Would have went with Herbert.
And that means you prioritize the quarterback.
All right. I can't.
Hold on.
Talking over each other.
Can I say something? Can I have a conversation with Alex?
How can Flo be the bully and yet not get the picks he wants if he didn't want it?
All right, Von Joe, you're the last, and then I'm hitting the reset button.
Okay, because Alex said something very controversial where he's saying that our O-line was average. Correct, Alex? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's average at best. It's not it's not bad.
Okay. So you're saying it's average. So hold on. So Tua performed like that behind the average O-line.
No, we didn't have an average O. Where does Alex get his
Batman? This is Alexander's comments. He said that our O-line was average.
I see you in the comments, Color. Stop the nonsense, Color.
I'm going to hit the reset button here. I'm going to hit the reset button here.
No. There's no reset button here because you said that our O-line was average, and Tua put up those numbers behind the average O-line.
Which is pretty damn good.
Where do you get the average O-line from?
This is what he said. He said our O-line is average.
Where do you get, Alex? Where do you get that they're average? Like statistically wise, it weren't.
Based on
the reason why Bonjo backed me into a corner here. Bonjo backed me into a corner here because I said
these are your words.
I said that the O-line was average. I said the O-line was average because you can't tell me this. You can't sit here and tell me the all 5 guys that Greer drafted.
Okay, and Tua.
You can't tell me
people said that the O-line is trash, but you said it's average. And people keep blaming the O-line for Tua's success, but you saying that it's an average O-line. So
it's not though. It was an untapped. It was a very unexperienced O-line. I know, but I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault.
Okay,
but I'm saying Alexander completely wrong.
So based off this, Tua is not a good quarterback.
Yes, inexperienced O-line. That's exactly what you could say about it. It's exactly what you could say about it.
It's an inexperienced O-line. Tua performed behind an inexperienced O-line. And he actually put up damn good numbers. Excuse my language.
Not really. Do y'all forget we have vets on that O-line?
whether you're inexperienced or not.
Flowers?
Jesse Davis
Flowers.
actually played decent, bro. What are you talking about?
Man, whether
And,
it's
Jesse
inexperienced
Davis,
or not,
Flowers.
it's either you're good and inexperienced or you're bad and inexperienced. Any way you put
Bad and
it, you're
inexperienced.
either bad or good. And you said they were average, so they're average inexperienced O-line. Okay, it's an average inexperienced O-line, but guess what? You have a quarterback that we said that everybody keeps saying that the O-line is absolutely trash. So is it that the quarterback is not that good? And is that a franchise quarterback?
Now we have
Or
above average to above average line. Now.
We don't know that, Batman.
Average
We do
to
not.
above
They have
average.
not
On
played it
paper.
down.
We brought in veterans.
They
At
have
least we
not
brought in
played it
veterans.
down.
Well, on
They have not
paper,
played it
we are
down.
we're above average.
Because okay, you can say by coaching, but they have not played it down. They could go out there and with all this coaching that we said, coaching this, coaching that, and they could go sit there and still wet the bed.
You would hope in the third year
That's fair too. Until they play a
They
first
have not
snap.
played it
Until they
down.
play a
And who
snap.
are we gonna blame then?
Well, we're going to blame Flores, of course.
Oh, they're gonna say
I have a hard time. I really do have a hard time believing that this whole line is going to crap the bed.
Come on, Bon
I have a hard time
You
believing
know
it.
Flores is going to get
That a
blamed.
quarterback knows how to set his protection and communicate to his O-line where the pressure is coming from and where things are coming from to communicate that. Not just go up there and run a play.
Von Joe,
People
you know
tend
the
to forget that
residue. You know the residue of Flores is stronger
actually
than
had two
cocaine.
garbage years before he became good in the third year.
What?
Hey, Von Joe, you know the residue of Flores
People
is
tend to
stronger
forget
than
that Drew
cocaine.
Brees actually was horrible in his first 2 years. But in his third year, he turned the corner in his third year.
Drew, yo, you guys keep bringing up this
We're going to
Drew
go
Brees
13-4
Alex.
or 17-0. So
Y'all
this is
really
a good
wanna keep reaching.
discussion.
Alex.
For these
Because
outliers.
Joe,
You
he's
guys
going
keep,
down.
you
He's
guys
going
keep
down
reaching
to
for
Drew
these
Brees'
outliers.
Take us to the promised land.
He's going down to Drew Brees' path.
How many says who? He could this hold on. See, that's the beautiful thing about this. This is why I say people are crazy. There's
Because
a million
Brees-
paths.
Brees
Hold on. No,
and
wait, Alex.
Tua
Hold
have
on. You
similar
already made your
numbers.
statement. No, you already made your statement. There's a million paths of first 2 year QBs that were absolutely trash in their first 2 years and come out. And guess what? Third year, there was still a bust. Right? In third year, they still didn't reach their fruition. They didn't go down that, hey, this guy's gonna go down to Drew Brees. Oh no, that's just another trash quarterback that we're getting rid of in year 3. So we again, if you want to keep projecting your optimism, say that. But stop making optimisms and hopes that the Dolphins love hoping for, right? This should be a church because all we do is have faith and hope, right? Because stop projecting your faith and hope.
It's already
That's
there.
what being a Dolphin
What do you
fan
mean,
is
by
all
Joe?
about.
This
It's
is
already
me, the Church of
existed.
Miami Dolphins, because at the end of the day, we keep having faith and hope.
Lord, let
and
me hear you today if you
projecting
think
it
Tua has a heart.
as a
Let me get
fact.
an amen for Tua.
All right, so that's what we need to stop. Stop projecting your
amens
hopes
for
and
Tua.
faith as a
None.
fact. All right?
Here's
Because the
here's the
facts,
thing.
In the
so
book
the
of
facts
Flores,
that Tua has showed us right now is
in
that
the
he
book
is
of
not the God.
Flores, in the
Now-
book of Flores, chapter 1, verse 1, it says, "Thou shalt not trust in Tua."
And the residue of Flores is stronger than cocaine.
And in the book of
Stronger than
Ross,
cocaine.
and in the book of Ross, book 2, verse 836, it says, "Thou shalt not lose games on purpose to not get Mr. Tua Tagovailoa."
Thou shalt meet on the yachts. Thou shalt meet on the
Exactly.
open water. All right. Listen, I said we are going to meet on the open water. All right. To talk to our
Joe,
new
and
Messiah.
Drew Brees and
quarterback.
Tua Tagovailoa have
All right.
similar numbers the first 2 years.
All right, but at the same time, I still wanted to move off this false prophet and move to the actual prophet
I'm
of
sorry,
Brady.
sir, but
all right,
but-
so
but-
as we're
but-
trying to move
but
on to
here's
the
the
book
thing.
of Brady, okay?
The book of Brady.
The
But
book
Von
of
Joe-
Tua,
The book of
we're
Brady
going
has
to the
been
book of Tua
burned.
here.
All right,
But
the
Von
book
Joe,
of Brady,
The book of
who
Tua
also
sits
has
here,
multiple
it states-
trophies. All right, that trophy could have been in Miami, my brothers and sisters, but
Can
we
I-
did not meet
can I-
underwater. All right, we did not come through
The
the water.
waters did not part like the Red Seas for the.
All the
for
Dolphin
they-
Knights has been drowned by trying to cross the open bay of the Red Sea.
Instead, we
But
looked
Steven-
back and walked away. We told them do not look back, but we decided to look back anyway, and all our hopes and dreams turned into salt.
I can name 5 quarterbacks.
It was
actually
over-seasoned.
Garbage. Well, garbage their first 2
Over-seasoned
years,
salt.
and then the third year they finally picked it up. Alex Smith was one of them.
The Book of Judas Greer. He backstabbed
Alex
Flores.
Smith was one of them. Drew Brees was one of them.
All right, guys, let me hit the reset. Let me hit the reset.
Go ahead, Steven.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. We're all the way in the afternoon hour.
And then Flo fell from his glory and became Satan.
I can't with y'all.
Yeah, Flo
This
was
has been a
into it.
crazy
It was a
show.
thundercloud. He fell from heaven like lightning.
Oh my God, y'all are too much. I want to remind y'all a couple things. Number one, donate to the channel. Donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. If you guys donate in increments of $5, this week's giveaway is a Javon Holland, Brandon Jones autograph 8x10. But forget what you might win. Donate to the channel. It goes to a good cause. We're trying to raise money for the channel. It's a big deal. We're trying to do a lot of stuff here, and I can't do it without y'all's help. So if you donate $50 or more, I triple your entries. If you donate on Cash App or PayPal, I double your entries. But
hold on.
Gets you an entry into
Don't
it.
forget about the Book of Tua and Goliath, where he threw the rock and it landed at Goliath's feet, and then he got whooped.
Anyways, as I was saying, I can't with y'all today.
No, he won because the dust flew up and it went in Goliath's eyes, bro.
All right. Estefan muted. All right. Anyways, want to remind you guys tonight at 8 p.m. #Dolphin Chat. Great show lined up for y'all this evening. The ladies of Dolphin Nation, Allie, Dolfreaky, 305 Sports Babe, Elise, Miss Finns, Pamela. It's going to be an amazing show. Maybe even a few extra special guests lined up for you. Hit the like button. Go check it out. Share that link. Let people know what it is tonight. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be good. It's going to be a great show. I like what Adam E said. Y'all even snuck in religion today, from strip clubs, politics, religion, and most importantly, Dolphins, all covered under Steven.
And waffles.
You're right. And waffles.
That's the way to do it. Waffles.
So that's why y'all should donate to the channel. Come on now. You're not getting this content nowhere else. You think you're getting this content on ESPN or Fox Sports 1? No. You're getting this here.
You guys, I have
at most you'll get from ESPN and all these national is a
Vonjo.
Anyway,
Vonjo told you.
All right. We're gonna do final thoughts of the day because I got stuff to do.
Can I go first?
Honestly, y'all drive me nuts today. All of y'all drive me bananas today. But
can I go?
You hear me?
Can I go first?
Okay. All right, Batman.
Try to ask me. Is Tua gonna take out Goliath? Ask me.
No, Go ahead, Batman. Just Batman.
No, ask me that question.
No.
Ask me that question, and that's my final take.
Go ahead,
Come on,
Batman.
Steven. Say.
I'm not asking. I refuse.
Great show, Steven. Great show, Steven. Today, man. Appreciate you guys coming on. I'm gonna try to do a show. I'm gonna try to do a show before the 8 o'clock. So maybe around 5 o'clock, I'll do a show if you guys want to jump on and talk. Hopefully, I feel a little bit better. But much love to everybody. Great conversation, funny conversations at least.
Unbelievable today.
Hit the
you
like
sound
button.
better, Batman.
Appreciate it. Hit the like button.
Hold on, I'm gonna go right now. Stick around for this take, Batman. Listen. I'm gonna ask myself the question: is Tua going to take down Goliath this year?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
We got to wait till the
Fins
pass.
up.
Come on. All right, later.
Fins up, guys.
Wow.
That was fair.
Oh, wow. He actually did come off.
Alexander, final thought of the day.
Well, one thing about it is I love you guys, bro. You guys, everybody here in the panel, Vonjo, Steven, Rashad, Crypto, even though I say a lot of outrageous takes, you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you bearing with me and having some good old fun on this panel. With all you guys debating left and right. Let's just hope that things get better for us. And 11 to 12 win team. I think we could pull that off and make the playoffs and possibly contend the AFC Championship. And guys, don't forget to donate. $5 entry gets you a Brandon Jones and a Javon Holland autographed Blitz Boys.
A chance to win.
Don't forget. And remember, if you donate to Cash App, he will double the entries. And here's another thing is this. If you guys want me off the banner for a week, all you have to donate is $500 to Steven. If you guys do that, I will take myself off the banner for at least a week. If you guys do that,
$500.
yes. If anybody donates, between everybody donates at least $500, I'll take myself off the banner for a week, so you guys don't have to listen to me.
Whoa. Hey, look, that's a deal. That's a deal right there. That's a deal.
So you guys don't have to listen because I know a lot of people don't like listening.
Alexander, you're the man, brother. I appreciate
You're good,
it.
Alex.
All right, have a good night, guys. Take care,
Don't worry
man.
about
Stay
them,
safe.
man.
Be good. Forget them haters.
Let me go. Let me take off.
All right, go ahead, Vonjo.
All right, guys. So first of all, great show, Steven. All right. You
Was
bring
it though?
no,
Was
really,
it though?
no. Hold on, really, because you bring content to us as a Dolphin fan that always brings us together. Whether we don't see, we could be at opposite sides of the spectrum, but guess what? We're all under the same room. We're all in the same room under the same banner, and that's the Miami Dolphin banner, right? And all we want to see is our team win. Secondly, all the laughing today, we all say laughter heals the soul, right? There's a lot of things out there that messes with our mental health that could bring us down. But Steven, again, you brought us together here on this panel, the chat. Everybody laugh, everybody have a good time. We get worked up, but at the end of the day, we still say fins up, and we get things that we don't get from the national media, right? We have a conversation, we get a chance to vent, right? Holding all those things in, sometimes you just want to be able to have another discussion with a brother or sister of yours over a topic that you love, and that's our Miami Dolphins. So again, I thank you for that. And again, laughter heals the soul, and while the soul heals, the mental health aspect that you bring to the show is also wonderful.
I appreciate
right?
it, man. Yeah.
That love, that care, that kindness is what's needed in the world, because we have too much negativity and too many things bringing us down. So again, I thank you for that. I wish I could. I mean, tell you the truth, if it was possible, I'll support the show way much more financially just to have you grow. Listen, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I'll buy your network and make you a full-time employee so you could do this full-time. Right?
Bro, from your mouth to God's ears. I mean,
exactly.
Let that happen.
And that's just because, in the world we do need great people like yourself, and we need a place to come all together and just have a good time, right? And this is how we're starting off our morning. This is how we're starting off our day, with this level of positivity. So again, I thank you for it. And guys, fins up and donate, guys. Come on, donate. Put up the thing. Put up the thing, Steven.
Hey, Von Joe Cap said, take off the raincoat.
Never. I'm sweating it out today. But guys, donate. You got Hollins and you got Brendan Jones. Come on, man. Those are starting safeties. Let's make it happen. Donate only $5. And if you go to our Cash App, you're getting a BOGO. So go out here, make it happen. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Fins up. Love you guys.
Love you, Vonjo. Thank you, brother. Be good, man. All right, let's go to Robert. Robert, final thought of the day, my friend.
Hey, man. So you missed culture because we talked about that. But other than that, good show.
Robert, I love having you on, man. It was a pretty good heated argument, but it was a good one. I liked it. It was good. You need to come on more often, Robert. It was good.
It's
Good
all
discussion.
dependent on this, but I agree. I don't see eye to eye with all of you, but we can't make decisions till the end of this next year.
Well, it'll be a lot of fun, man, and I appreciate having you on, man. Thank you for coming on.
All right, you guys have a good one.
It's going to be fun. Have a good one, Robert. Appreciate you coming on.
It was good. All right. Who should I do? Rashad.
All right. What do I want to say? I'm always right. No, just
that sounds about right.
Right. Great chat today. Got a lot of things off my chest with the undrafted free agents this draft 2-3 years ago, and looking forward to this offseason, these minicamp battles, and everybody donate. donate. We still are in this raffle for this starting safety Brandon Jones and Javon Hollins signed.
The Blitz Boys.
The Blitz Boys. Yeah. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Rashad. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, man. I love how that I don't have to say it. I got y'all doing it, man. It's awesome. Nobody's donated yet, but it's great. I love that y'all are doing it. All right, Crypto, final thought of the day. Sharif's going last.
All right. Appreciate it, Stephen D. Appreciate you for having me on. Good show, good discussion, good battles back and forth. At the end of the day, we all want the Super Bowl, then Lombardi Trophy to be brought to South Beach so we can have a parade and dance in the streets. He did everything.
It'd be a great time whenever that happens, whenever that day comes.
No matter how it gets done, we can go 13-4, 4-13. It all depends on which way the ball bounces this season, But hopefully we're on the larger end of the win spectrum than that. What's been going on for the last 20 years. So I think we can get it done if we. What's going to be our biggest mistake if we keep making the mistake of always looking back and trying to find ways to blame the previous administration for what's going on today instead of taking care of your business today. Then we can never go forward if we're always looking backwards. So that's the thing. Keep looking ahead. Base your decisions on what the changes was made based on this one, not based on what the previous regime wasn't able to do. So that's how we're going to do. We have a coaching staff that was basically born on third base. He was given a set of defense that he can work with. Only thing he had to focus on was offense. So we can just move forward with that because the previous regime was working with absolutely nothing. There was a complete rebuild. Flores started in a dugout. McDaniel started on third base. So let's just go hit this single, drive that run in, and bring home the championship. That's all.
I'm with it, man. I love it. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Crypto.
Yep.
All right, and then there was one, Sharif.
Yeah, man. I want to say in terms of depth, I like what they've done with the draft picks. I love the kid Good. I really think he can push Tayshaun Render. He can push Sinclair, maybe push Beagle to get behind Van Ginkel, hopefully. I really love the transition from Landon Roberts to Tindall. And I think Greer has been doing this now for a couple of years where, he's been moving off of Jordan Phillips. He's been moving off of Minka. He's gotten someone better. He's now moving off of Eric Rowe, believe it or not. He's moving. Also, we see him moving off of Gesicki, 6 tight ends. I think we'll be fine with Smythe, Hunter, Long, and Shaheem, to be honest. So Greer is doing what he's doing. You can get mad, but he's getting younger. And when we look at the youngsters he's bringing in, we see that we would rather him go younger. So we don't mind the Minka's gone. We don't mind Jordan Phillips is gone. Raekwon is doing a fine job. So I see Gesicki being gone either at the end of this year or by week 8. And I love Cameron Good, and I love Tindall coming in. I think the receiver will have to be on the practice squad. I think the receiver is gonna Easy E. I think Easy E's on the practice squad because I think Bowden and Cedric Wilson has a lot to show. And then now you're talking about Tyreek and Waddle. So that number 5 spot, I don't think that's going to be lost to who do we have left there? I think Frightened, the wide receiver we picked up from San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. But we picked up a receiver from San Francisco.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but I know. Oh,
yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I can't.
Yeah, but you guys know in the comments who I mean as well. But him, and then I think it's just a tough battle for a guy like Easy E. So he's going to be. But once again, when you look into Trent Sherfield. Yeah, Trent Sherfield. When you look into Greer's mind, I'm not mad that he's transitioning off of Gasecki and Eric Rowe and Minka and Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson and Vanoy. We've seen he's gotten younger and better. We got to look into Greer's mind, and I knew we needed linebacker. Steven knew we needed linebacker, but we still wanted Debo and this running back from somewhere else. But we got who we needed, and at the end of the day, let's try to think like how Greer thinks, and that's all I got for you. Continue to follow Steven and make the show great every day.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Sharif. You're the man, brother. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan wanted show, Clock Blockers. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun today. I had a great time. Got a little out of control today, just a little bit. But it was a lot of fun hanging out with y'all. Want to thank everybody who came onto the panel this morning. Lots of fun. Hey, I want to remind you guys, if you can, if you're able to, please donate to the channel. It goes such a long way into helping the channel grow. I do this on a morning in, morning out basis, and it's tough. And I don't have a full-time gig, and this is what I do, and I'm trying to make this bigger than what it is, and I can't do that without your help. So if you're able to even donate as little as $1, that's great. If you're not able to, then share the link. That doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe to the channel and share the link. And if you've already subscribed, get 10 of your friends, 20 of your friends to subscribe to the channel. Those things are free to do. They don't cost you anything, and they still go a long way into helping the channel grow. Okay? Get your goal, all 55 people that are watching right now, get 10 new people to subscribe to the channel today. 10 new people to subscribe to the channel today. Do you think you can do that? Do you think that you can get 10 new people to subscribe to the channel today? I think that you can. So what I'm going to do in the link, in the chat right now, you're going to see a link. Okay? That link is the link I want you to share on Twitter and tag me at Stephen D SKPO. And I'll put it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything you guys can do. It's awesome. Okay? Crypto Dolphin fans, Super Bowl. Crypto, you were a member of the channel. Come back to the channel, man. YouTube sometime throws out like debit card or credit card numbers if they've expired or if there's an issue with them. So go back in, sign up to become a member again. Would love you to come back, but I appreciate the $5 donation. You're always a member of the family here, Crypto, and you're always welcome at the dinner table. Love you, man. The dinner table is what we call the member to the family. If you want to sign up to become a member of the family, here is the link for you to sign up and join the channel, get access to perks. Here it is right here. Bam. There we go. Crypto, I appreciate that, Dolphin, with the $5 donation. That's awesome. Thank you. But there's the link to that. So use this link to share for people to subscribe to the channel. That's free. That doesn't cost anything. Tag 10 people in it. I want you to tag 10 to 20 people. I want you to go at whoever. People that you know. Say, hey, please go subscribe to this channel. Text your mom and dad. Hey, if you use YouTube, just hit subscribe button to this channel. Your brothers, your sister, your cousins, your best friends, your coworkers. Tell all of them, hey, just take a second, go subscribe. That, you know how much that would help if all 55 people told 20 different people about it? Come on. Big deal. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you do want to sign up and become a member of the family and you enjoy the content and you want to see the channel grow more, sign up, become a member today. There are plenty of perks, plenty of awesome things, and I would love to see you sign up and become a member today. Okay? Big deal. All right? Look, I love you guys. Y'all are the best fans in the world. Tonight, be on the lookout. 8 p.m. 8 p.m., we got a big show lined up for you. Big show. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got the ladies of Dolphin Nation with me. Let's have a good show. I will see y'all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go take a nap. That's what I'm about to go do. Okay? So, yeah. Hope you all are good. Bond954 says, I've been trying to, it says my account is paused. Bond954, I will have to look into that. I don't know what's going on. Chef Jew, could you help me with that with Bond954? Figure out what account is paused on YouTube means, and look that up, Chef Jew. I'd appreciate your help with that. Let's try to get Crypto Dolphin and Bond954 back as part of the family. And again, anybody else who wants to come to the family, I'd love to see y'all there too. Tonight, 8 p.m. Hope to see y'all there. You're all the best fans in the world. I will see y'all tonight right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Let's go.